Oh, it's all good. Salt Silent lived us.
Boris came back, so I thought he was here. So
Yeah.
you know that we're good.
You know you did it during the talk of Eliza P. Or not Eliza P. The
Wife of Pi.
But see,
It's okay.
You're not me
That's gonna
doing it
keep
now.
happening.
boo-hoo you, boo-hoo you. This actually hurts my head.
Oh no, watch the movie, read the book.
I might have to.
Just check something out. I don't know. Anyways, welcome in everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We are back with some more Curse of Strahd. We are down in Amaris for right now, but they are just going to be late, and hopefully they will be here sooner rather than later. In the meantime, however, we are going to continue on. We're going to do our recap, and we are going to have a fun little session. Ain't that right, guys?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And before I go,
Mhm.
we're doing announcements, right?
Yeah. You want to go to announcements? We can hit announcements right now.
Yeah, just want to get them out the way real quick. Yeah, it's finals week. Wednesday, so. Yeah. If I'm having a break server, you know it didn't go well. If I'm not there, it hopefully went well. And yeah, that's about it. So wish your boy luck.
I full on thought you said, yeah, it's finals week, and I thought you cracked a cold one right then and there. I was like, what?
Personally, I need this right now.
Hearing the sip from Eileen was like whiplash. I was like, oh, okay, it's her.
That's really good. and also, since we're also doing this is a new thing, I'm just gonna the new titles of every episode is gonna be a song title, and I'll post a song in the chat, so y'all have fun with that.
Fair enough.
Is that legal?
Yeah, what?
I'm
Yes.
not playing it. I'm just posting the song
Our
for
boy
them to
Boris
listen.
is
Unless
your
the
personal
word-
lawyer, man.
Yeah,
I don't know,
unless
man.
the-
I don't know if that's legal.
No, I respect it though.
Unless the words or something of the claim, yada yada. That's good to know. Because I will say, I'll help you out on some of the ones near the end.
No.
Okay.
I'm telling you, Good Feeling by Flow Rider. It's
No.
gonna happen.
No.
I'm feeling that one.
No. Just trust me. We can talk later. But like I'm saying,
if
just
every
trust.
title is not Pina Colada, then I don't know what we're doing.
Yo, true, dude. And then the final episode should be Tequila.
Getting caught in the rain.
Oh my gosh. I
love playing D&D with y'all.
yeah, it's a very good time.
Even you in the back.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate it.
Talk to me.
Okay.
I do have an announcement to make, unless Charles, do you have anything more to say?
No, I'm done.
Okay, I'm sorry, this is not a very exciting announcement, but I won't be here on the 23rd. So depending on how sessions go in this one and the next one, if it's game time by the time it's the 23rd, there is a slight chance it might be canceled. Otherwise, if it's still kind of a training arc kind of sequence, then we'll probably still have session. I just won't be involved.
Yes. That was actually my announcement as well. We should be going depending on we'll see. Depending on how sessions go. If as stated before, there are some sessions I need everybody here for because we've been doing this for nearly 4 years, and if everybody can't be here for when the ending's happening, I don't want to run the ending personally. So we're going to try to do our best to keep everybody included and involved. And if at the 23rd there is going to be an issue, we won't have it then. The 30th is still up in the air, as a fair warning as well. And but if everything keeps going as it's going, probably gonna seep into January, but I don't think we might not seep into February. And if we do, we seep into February, it probably would only be a day or something. We don't got much left.
February 1st, everybody, mark the calendar.
Yeah, hopefully before.
Yeah, probably before, but it's just a letting you know. Hold on though. Actually, wait, when would it be on February? Is it actually? No, it's February 3rd.
It would not be the
February 3rd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I probably sadly will not be streaming. over break because I'm going back home and I don't feel bring my computer back because that's a very long and arduous task that I don't feel like doing.
Yeah, man. Spend time with the fams. It's Christmas.
It is good. But I will try to I'll try to have my videos uploaded throughout the break. I'll have them like pre-recorded and I'll have them like set up for every day that I'm not here.
Yeah.
And he'll still be here with us. As far as I'm aware, just not streaming.
You know,
In
keep
our
just keep waiting for so Saltbino drops like his favorite artist, Drake. Yeah.
Take that shit back right now. Actually, 1 second. I'm turning it back on.
Oh God, Ramaro. There
There's
he
no
is.
Drake love in this household. It's only Kendrick and Kendrick Plus.
Kendrick Plus, huh?
Yeah.
I've never listened to the new album, but it feels nice because it's like a standard album, not with like 24 songs. It's like 12 songs, just the right amount.
Back to basics, yeah.
Back to basics. So I gotta listen to it.
It's good.
Okay.
All right, but we should get rolling.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
All right.
Believe
With-
your ass.
With that being said, let's get things started. Last time on Curse of Strahd, the Talons finally getting at least some form of formality, as they were able to wake up, speak with each other, touch base, and then head out throughout their day. Heading first over to Father Lucian, who they discussed the plan with, the forms of attack, and maybe some ways to either focus on armies, some people to take head in certain strategies, so on and so forth. With this, each of our individuals here went into different groups. Some heading members that would climb and scale Mount Ravenloft itself. Some dealing with those that would battle their way in after the initial groups. Some were the initial groups actually charging in and spearheading to make a way for the former. And then, last but not least, those that could run and take the wall. With all of these people involved, there's still many other groups, and there's still many people to kind of focus in and head in onto all of these things. Each one of the member of the Talons taking in what they thought suited them best, and then one of them deciding it might be the best time to read. It actually is important. And then after that, gathering once again together to rest off for the night. The group now wakes in the morning, except for the people that were working during the night. But as they wake, unfortunately, one of our soulless individuals wakes up without the feeling of his fingers and the knowledge that he does not have many days left. That is where we last left off. You guys have the morning, your long rest completed. It is a new day. Whatever you wish to do, you may do so.
We're gonna help you, buddy. Don't worry. You just gotta last a little longer. What? It's gonna be okay.
Yeah. Thor's just gonna pull Eileen to like the corner really quick to ask her about something.
Okay.
He's just gonna say, hey, I know you said that you were gonna take some people out for breakfast this morning, but do you have any plans around lunch?
No, not necessarily. Just training people, I guess.
Could I get your help when the break time happens around then? I kind of need to feed the fires. And I also need to talk to you about something. And it'd be nice if you could help me find a wolf or something outside of town.
Can I like do a quick insight on him?
Sure.
DM.
Oh, I'm muted. I apologize. Yes, you are allowed to. Of course, you can do your persuasion / deception check, GM to me. But Eileen, please go ahead and insight. You see the intentions of this.
Damn. That's pretty
Damn, dude. Do you even want to bother rolling?
good. And that's
All right,
one
got
enough solve the world.
Fair enough. Go ahead and tell her the kind of intent behind this, at least.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what are you trying to glean from this?
What are his feelings? What's his emotion reading on his face?
Uh, he's saying what he means. He needs to do his ignition today, otherwise things are gonna be bad, and he needs your help to like find something. But when he says that he needs to talk to you, there's like, what's the word for it?
Heaviness.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it's not stress. It's just kind of like a I was hoping I wouldn't have to do this, but I have to kind of feeling.
Hmm. She'll just reach out and like squeeze his arm like a reassuring and just say, "Okay. Well, it's gonna be a big breakfast. There's gonna be a lot of food, people. Do you want to come with?"
No, I'll probably try to go eat breakfast with the people that I've been training. It's good to eat with them and everything like you're doing. So I'll just do that, and then if you're willing around lunch, I'll just meet you by the what is it, the Eastern Gate?
Okay. Oh, one more thing. Morrow gives his soldiers a vegetable diet after they finish training. So, you know.
Do I hear this slander?
Like,
We're trying. At least I'm trying to make sure nobody hears
I am
us.
saying this like very quietly if I can.
I will say it's because your name was spoken. I'll allow a perception check versus a stealth check, Eileen.
Ooh.
Real quick.
That
Let's
is
go.
fine.
good
I'll
luck.
just allow this. I'll allow it.
Pop that.
Oh!
18.
Oh!
19.
Who beats who?
It meets it beats, I'm pretty
Is
sure.
it- I
Yeah, but
believe-
who's meeting who?
I don't know. I
It-
haven't thought about that far.
I think when it's just
You-
player to player, it just cancels it out. I don't think it. I
No,
don't think
no,
it
no, no,
works
no,
like
no.
that.
It's based on whoever is the challenger technically on this.
Gotcha.
But here I'll rule it like this. Maro, you heard your name, and then you heard and you tried to turn to the side. It was very quiet, but you heard your name and you heard vegetables. That's what you heard. Am I leading?
Sorry, I'm not laughing.
Is when you see your soldiers, just give them like a hearty meal, you know, with meat and stuff.
Yeah, I always do that. That's how you're supposed to feed an army. Is that why you're taking them to breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just if you need extra money for things like that, just let me know. I don't have a lot, but I'll pitch in because they need it.
How much do you think it'll feed? Like how much do you think they'll need?
I don't know. I only have 12 gold. You have much more than I do.
You have 12 gold?
Well, don't be so loud about it. Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same energy. It's the same
You heard
energy.
that, Maro. You heard
If
that.
I hear you have
Everybody
12
heard
gold,
that.
Marl, I'm just gonna Marl's just gonna like chuckle to himself.
Thor's gonna stare at Mara, then look back to Eileen slowly, just. You know as well as I do, I don't really buy anything around here, so I don't need it.
She's gonna grab money from her bag
Oh no.
and she's
Oh.
gonna give him 57 gold.
Yeah, babe. You don't really have money to like buy things. Like, drop 10 G's, buy you some.
I don't.
Go feed your.
Take it.
I don't.
Take it.
But
Take it.
I appreciate it, but what am I gonna use it on?
fucking anything. Don't be poor.
What?
And if it helps, I'm still richer than you after this, so just take it.
I'm not there, right?
I mean,
Thorin is he has no idea what to say at this point. Any emotion that he had where he was like, yo, I need to talk to you, it's gone. He's just staring at this in his head. And he's like,
Listen, if we're gonna be a duo, let's match, you know? Okay? I can't have you go around with less money.
But
Just take it.
Okay. Thank you. I
You're
can't
welcome.
promise I'll use it, but I'll have it. I don't buy anything.
No, it's not that. I was also planning on playing a little prank on you, and I don't think it's worth it anymore.
What do you mean?
Do you want to know what I got the other day?
Sure. What?
She's gonna pull out the fucking eye patch.
Oh,
The
God.
bejeweled eye patch.
Listen, keep it for yourself. If you lose an eye, we can match. I'm not really into the whole flashy thing.
You make it seem like it's a goal to lose an eye.
It's not. It was a joke.
Okay. I'll see you at lunch.
Okay.
In the corner, sipping tea.
Thorin's gonna walk out. You know what? No,
She's gonna
none of
go
you
to
know
the
what
water
emotion
and-
Thorn has as he walks out.
I like that actually.
That is not his emotion right now.
I don't have the, sorry. The energy of like, don't say it so loud, was like the guy who's at the bank account, like, so your bank account balance is $1. Hey, don't say it so fucking loud.
You know what? Let me. You know, I'll do this. I'm gonna roll a performance check.
8.
Thorn looks sad. He just looks sad.
My goat. What happened to you?
There's
That was the funniest shit ever.
Inside voice.
um,
All right. With that, is anyone else doing anything in the morning?
Stifling a laugh. Octave is going to go to the coffin maker place and try to get a bunch of coffins this time.
With Mr. Shieldy?
Of course. He
Okay.
needs a better name, but we'll get him on later.
No, anytime. You absolutely can. That's gonna take a couple of hours, if that's all right with you.
I'm gonna get the.
Unless you're just trying to get one.
No. I'm gonna get the people who I'm training to come with me and help me with that.
Got it. Yeah, that'll be a minute, but you can totally do that. Go ahead.
Also, Millie Vosh too. I need him there too, so I can train him at the same time to make it easier on myself.
you're gonna give him the Mr. Miyagi training, big through the rubble.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
All right. Were you saying something as well, Maro, by the way, or no?
I wanted to talk with Yaska.
Yeska. Okay.
Yes. I just
Okay.
wanted to go over, say a quick hello.
Mhm.
Just
Okay.
say, are you doing well, Yaska?
Yes. I'm doing just fine. Sorry, as he just kind of yawns for a second. Sorry, I just woke up. I'm doing fine. I just need to prepare a couple of things for today's morning prayer. But is there anything I can do for you right now?
Currently, no. I just wanted to make sure all right. We may be expecting. No, just stay safe, Yaska.
I am. I'm always here. This is the safest place.
That's really all I wanted to say, DM. I'm gonna go back and get to training.
All right. Thank you for visiting. Have a lovely day. As he just kind of finishes kind of waking up, he goes back into his room for a second, just kind of splashes his face with the water to wake himself up, and then goes gets everything ready. Easy enough. You can go back to the rest of the people. Now, Aknev, you are doing that, and I'm going to say, since you're going to be doing that with your people, we're going to hit the training segment on that, unless anyone else needs to do anything beforehand. No? Awesome.
I just want to
Oh,
know what
wait.
the vibes are for breakfast. No role playing, but like, what's the vibes? Like, Eileen
Okay.
shows up, gives out the fucking money, big fucking breakfast. What's the vibes?
Okay. I'm assuming you're getting this from the Blue Water Inn for the big breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she told everyone, hey, go there for a good fucking breakfast.
So, first things first. The town itself, since they are preparing for this military like mass and push, the town's reserves on food are a little more limited. So it can't be super extravagant, but they can kind of push in a little bit more since they are like now funding not only the Blue Water Inn, but they can also kind of like get a bit more for their meals. And now, in this morning kind of set, there is a lovely breakfast stew that is applied here. There is a couple of sausages as well that are able to kind of be provided here, and just healthy chunks of bread. Usually they'd kind of be spared a little in between, but everyone's able to get their own loaf with what they're kind of spending. And even better, with a bit of the remaining wine that is left, they are allowed to get their full kind of set bottles. So everyone there, as you kind of arrive through, there's kind of this morning mood of just a little bit of grogginess, a little bit of soreness, because many of these people haven't, although these are workers, many of these people haven't prepared for combat, which is a different set of muscles. So there's a bit of soreness, there's a bit of tiredness, but after kind of the meals in them, they're already just kind of talking a bit more and getting a little bit more rowdy. This isn't the rowdy crowd, because once again, it's your climbers, it's your scouts, it's people that are more able to be reserved, but this is still lively in the sense, more than more than you saw on immediate interaction. So you got a good couple crew here who are already kind of just now bonding a little more from the meal.
Good.
That's
And
the
how
route.
much should that cost me?
You're buying them all breakfast?
Yeah. Good
Blue Water
breakfast
Inn,
is- yeah.
Good breakfast. I'll say then this much. And there's a total of okay. That would be about 13 gold. Sorry.
Easy.
Yo, big money, Eileen.
Easy.
Yep. All right. Yeah. That is definitely both thanked by Erwin and thanked by the crew. You begin attending today's training session with full bellies, ready to practice and ready to begin the climbing session once again. All right. Anything else on anyone, or shall we begin training?
Training until lunchtime.
Training
Cue
until
the-
lunchtime. Go ahead.
Cue the Mulan montage.
Yo,
Copyright.
man.
Copyright. Shut up.
Barovian.
You must be as alright as stream.
As the Luna River.
Yeah.
All right,
a
stop.
guy.
Okay, wait, no, we can't be similar. Let's.
Too similar to Eevee.
Mysterious as the blood moon. Anyways.
Chat. Twisted ankle.
Who's?
I feel like the way you're talking like that, you're just like trying to refer to the council. Anyways, so imagine
So I
that.
called the council my chat. Ew.
Imagine Twitch chat is just like the council. Like I gave them that reign of power. No wonder they're always
I would.
yelling at us.
I'd quit.
I quit. It's crazy. You love this campaign. You can't quit. You know this.
No, I would quit. Like, no, you can't give chat.
You love the champagne, you wouldn't quit.
No, you love this campaign.
Oh, okay. They said you love the champagne. I'm like, we get benefits? Damn. Where have mine been?
Training montage.
All right. So, with that, everyone is going to begin training for the day. Is there any specific regimen? I know yours, Aknev, for at least this first quarter, this first half. What your intention is. But does anyone have anything else special to do for the day?
For this exercise for today, for this special type of training, I want to help them with their stealthing skills with a side course of balance. So that in case they make a misstep, they know how to readjust their frame and their body to not make an extra noise.
Okay.
Ooh, make them more dexterous.
That's
Dexterous,
smart.
dexterous climbers and sharpshooters.
Okay.
This
We
is
can
why
work on increasing.
you're a ranger.
We can work on increasing their dex in today's lesson, both for the abilities for acrobatics, stealthing in just general, and all around nature of what encompasses dexterity. No
Yeah.
problem at all. Got it for that. Let's. All right. And Thorn, which one are you doing? Are you back with your old crew as well?
Yeah, I'm back with the old crew.
Okay.
Since I taught them like squad movements yesterday, I want to
Mhm.
teach them to be better proficient with their weapons today.
Got it. That's gonna be a minute, but you definitely can. All right, good to know. And then Morrow, with your Vanguard, what is your focus for the day?
So they've sort of got down that the Crusher, right? Now it's time to teach them how to protect their allies. I want to focus on showing them like interception, specifically timing it.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh.
Remember, Charger didn't go through fully. You were still
Charger.
teaching them
Crusher.
that.
Crusher,
Or,
Crusher.
Crusher didn't go through fully. Sorry.
Okay, so do I have to continue teaching that?
If you want to finish that, you can, or you could start something else and then get back to it. It's not like you depleted the progress or anything, but it's up to you what you want to focus on.
Okay, because that will be important, right?
Mhm.
So we have what, 3 more days of training?
About that is what is scheduled. Well, no.
Because we have
yes,
1 day.
Yes, 3 days. Yes, sorry. Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, 1 day. So this is the second of that 1 day.
Sorry.
So this is the first of those 3 days.
Maybe you could do like a half and half kind of thing.
Yeah.
Half and half, or you
Yeah.
can focus on one, or whatever you wish to do. I'm totally fine with whatever. You just know that you have 3 days. It was until you're planning to assault.
Okay, yeah. I have to. We will get Crusher down. Right, because that's
Mhm.
the key.
That's huge.
And then I want to, second they get Crusher down, I want to see if I can get them interception. And then hopefully on the final day, we can combo it. Because that will be the key.
They're
Okay.
making Mini Morrow. Oh.
Okay, fair enough. Then, if that is your intent, got it. We will start then, since Ognev asked first, I will start over on his side for the people over at the, my brain, over at the, coffin maker's house. I was trying to remember, my brain was just like, it wasn't saying coffin, it was saying coffee. I was like, it's not coffee, it's the coffee maker's
I
house.
could use a coffee right now.
Oh, it'd be so nice. My brain is so broken right now. Anyways, as you go over to the coffin maker's house, after waiting for everybody to arrive and show up, it does take a minute for everybody to kind of show up. You leave a couple people in there because not everyone is there, and you're kind of getting to time, so that they'll like kind of gather everyone once they get there and then follow you there. But eventually, you do make your way. You pass through the other training group for Thorn as you pass by until you eventually make it to the coffin maker's house itself, and you guys can absolutely do a search. I will say I will roll for the people of Barovia here, and I will have you roll as well. This will be, you are specifically looking for any intact coffin pieces, or are you just looking for pieces of wood that can be suitable to form into a shield?
Any intact coffin pieces, but
Intact coffins, got it.
If it's a little too hard, then he will just go for like a shield is good enough,
Okay. Let me do something real quick. Okay. Got it. All right. Then I am down to for you to go for a check here. If you are trying to find coffin pieces, then I'm going to need a searching check, which is going to be investigation from you and the people of Barovia.
All right. I'm going to just.
I will also say you can, instead of using intelligence for the investigation, you can use strength plus investigation if you have proficiency for it.
I have
because there's a lot of moving stuff.
I have Jack of Trades for investigation.
Either
And
works.
and so it'd be a +2. So I'll do that. Also, I'll be throwing out inspirations to people to make it easier on them, and I'll have Shieldy be helping pushing shit around.
Use 2 inspirations, and I'll roll inspiration for the other people's rolls.
Go
I'll
ahead.
allow that. Your inspiration is D10, right?
Yeah.
Okay, on it. All right.
So add a +1 to that.
Let's go.
22 once again. Salbino's back, baby.
23. Amazing. Okay.
How
They,
my
they
people do.
beat they beat you.
What? Of
Natural
course they
20.
did.
Natural 20
What?
plus a 6 from your D10.
That's amazing. I guess.
So-
Yo, let's go, dude.
Within what should have taken probably nearly 4 hours to rummage through much of the pile, first thing that happens, and that you're not too surprised about, but you forgot about, the people find weird symbols and scratches and marks on the ground as they find the teleportation circle, as they were kind of looking through, and they're asking like, "Hey, what was this?"
Oh, don't worry about that. It's just
Okay.
how we can, Okay, never mind. Okay, I love these
Okay.
people.
With that, as you go through though, what should have probably taken 4 hours or so, within 2 hours, you have not only moved the pile over to kind of sufficiently find coffins that are still intact, which miraculously 4 whole coffins, and I mean 4 whole coffins, survived. I don't mean like part of it. I mean 4 whole coffins buried underneath.
Perfect.
They were at a part where when everything fell, part of the structure above took most of the bearing as it wedged.
That's
And it's
perfect.
miraculous that this many even survived in the first place. You were expecting maybe 2 at best. This was rather lucky. But yeah, that is found within about 2.5 hours. So you still have a lot of time. God. I saw it too, because it was on an 8, and then think it like landed last second on the 20, and I went, "You're kidding me." All right.
Felt be no win.
All right, you have 4 intact coffins, and you still have a fair amount of time until lunch. If there's anything else you wanted to do, if you wanted to move them or do something with them, or at least start an idea of training, or just start a lesson or whatever it may be.
Just have to leave the coffins there. Let's begin our training, because I'll be working on that later.
All right. Then I'll say this is going to be the beginning and the regiment of your thing, and we'll add it to your next section. Whatever you're gonna do, we're gonna lower the DC because you have more time. All right.
Perfect.
Then through that, let's see who's next. We'll go with Eileen with the hearty breakfast. All right. Eileen,
Yeah.
you are kind of going through. You're still kind of teaching a lot of your archers. You're teaching them to be more dexterous, but there's still a couple of the strength climbers that are just kind of like going through and attempting their best to kind of keep improving their climbing speed. Because you're once again, you have the 5 people, the strike force, that's going to be doing their damnedest. But as you're kind of just keeping this nimbleness going, and keeping these shots, is there anything else in particular that you're trying to do during this regimen, or just like just full on like keep the dex up?
So this is. Are you saying this is gonna be like a strength-based thing?
Some of the people are gonna need strength. That's only the 5 climbers that are going and attempting the mountain climb. The rest of them are not. The rest of them are just going to be archers during this time.
See, the thing is, I'm not very proficient in athletics, so I'm gonna just let them do their thing.
Got it. All right, then with that, I will say, roll me dexterity. I'd say dexterity plus, because it's all dexterity encompassing, so that's why I'm just like, it's a dex check. Yeah, I'd say a dex check plus your proficiency, because you have the save in it, so I'm gonna add that. So I'll allow that, because you're just trying to train them.
Could I roll it as a like a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
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 Excellent. Good. 20. Fair enough. All right. throughout much of the time of the day here, you are trying just to work on everybody's balance, their shots, and everything in this regard through your own individual training as you're kind of going through. People are very much getting more akin to at least being a little bit more mobile, as some of these people were a little more sturdy and hardy than they were full on dexterous. So you were able to kind of adjust that and show people's faults. It hasn't finished just quite yet, but you've definitely taken some really good progress. You're probably going to need to continue a little bit of this, but it is looking good. And as the day is going towards the lunch, as you're beginning to get there, your eyes catch on to something over onto your right.
Oh God.
I look.
You see something in the bushes that was poking out and that pops back in. You didn't see what, but you did see that maybe about 50 feet or so, something was in the bushes.
I investigate.
All right, fair enough. You go over. You still see that there's a little bit of movement on the inside of the bushes as you approach slowly. You can hear just slight rustling.
I pull the bushes apart. Who's in it?
There is a skeleton of a cat.
Okay. Okay.
Hello there.
Ma.
Let me just
Mm-hmm.
do this. How can I help you today?
Well, I was actually just checking out for my master. Are you in need of any assistance?
Would your master happen to be Victor?
Yes, that is his name.
I see. Well, I know he's deep in his studies, but could you just let him know if he wants to train or help with training, that he could do so?
Is there anything of assistance that you need? That
What
is
can
the
you
whole
provide?
reason I am out here. To give information to my master on whatever it is you all are lacking. He suggested that there is not much of a chance for anyone that doesn't have a form of a magical touch, and his skills would be ever so needed in the coming war. So he asked me to scout for him. It is much easier if I have someone that I can speak to.
It is. One moment. She's gonna
Okay.
look back and she's gonna notice those climbers. Because she doesn't have the proficiency in it, she's gonna look back to the cat. Is there anything that you can give for the climbers to give them an edge? Unfortunately, I'm not very strong, but they need something to strengthen them as they're going to be climbing the mountain.
Oh, hold on. Let me ask.
The cat just kind of sits in the bushes, just uptight. Like now, instead of the kind of as it was loose, its paws just immediately hit down. Its other hind legs are just kind of set up. It's just kind of stanced up for a second.
He has something to say.
As the cat just kind of opens its mouth for a second, you don't see its mouth moving anymore, but you just hear, "Hello, hello, Eileen, hello. Can you hear me?
Hi, Victor. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. I didn't expect to be seen. You're having trouble with climbers?
Well, I'm currently not very athletic. So, just to give something an edge to help them climb the mountain, whether it be tools or magic, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, I'm not really athletic either, so nothing there. Magic can do. For the magic, what if you just ignore the climb and you just fly up there? How's that?
Can you fly them?
You know, sure, why not? What are they doing? They're just
They're-
climbing a mountain.
They're scaling the mountain. And what else are they doing?
They are going to be scaling the south side of Mount Ravenloft to get onto the wall from the backside to pinch. They're going to be a small strike force that is going to attempt to be a major part in taking the wall and flanking a group of individuals and a section of the wall in particular, so that they can gain it and just keep on moving. You're trying to get both the elevation and the security of the walls to make sure that the people in the pit are not going to die.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this group is very essential, and this group is a very minimal group that is going to be doing their best to be quite effective.
Okay. They're essentially going to be scaling the south side of the mountain to get to the back of the wall. They're essential so that we don't get overwhelmed while we're in the ground layer. They'll be on the walls. They're a small team. We need them.
That sounds important.
Very.
Uh, I'll think about it. The mouth closes down. You can immediately sense kind of of course, like I need to help. I'll be important, but you also feel the weight kind of going on to Victor as he's a little bit of a, as funny as it is, scaredy cat as you're looking at the creature right now. So, and which you've kind of known. So let's see. But it kind of closes, and you get the, at least I'll think about it.
God. Is the cat back?
Oh yeah, the cat after it closes its mouth. Oh, you're done.
Yes.
That's
Thank you.
good.
Do you eat anything?
I like to chew on a live mouse every once in a while.
Would you be okay with jerky?
It'll go right through me, but sure.
Okay. Well, you can at least chew on this and not swallow.
Thank you.
Here, you know what? I'm gonna give him the puppet.
Of Strahd?
Yeah.
That puppet is bigger than this cat. I will say that.
I thought it was a little small. Never
No,
mind.
no, that puppet's like 2 feet tall. like
It's like a marionette.
Never mind. Give him a piece of jerky.
Thank you.
as the cat just kind of eats it for a little bit, very shortly after just eating a little bit, and the yawn kind of comes through.
I'll get back to him soon.
And the cat just falls asleep in the bushes.
Good kitty. She'll close the bushes in to give him shade.
Easy enough. The rest of your time goes through swimmingly, and lunch will begin in a moment. But we need to get to the other two before that continues. So, Thorn.
Hello.
Yes, you with your crew, you're trying to give them more proficiency with their weapons, so you're trying to give them a little bit of practice in sparring with each other and just kind of utilizing. You're kind of keeping the squads, but you're also kind of keeping ideals of each weapon in mind as you were trying to teach them, as you have trained with pretty much everything that they are kind of using, or at least the idea of what they're trying to use. You haven't trained in pitchforks and planks and yada yada with that, but you know what to equate them to.
Yep.
All right. So I will ask you for proficiency plus strength or dex, your choice, because both weaponry. I assume I know which one. And because you have literally mastery in every single weapon, I will add a +2 to this.
Okay. So this would be proficiency plus strength.
+2.
So this would be a +12, all right? Oh, I forgot to ask you. Do I get any extra proficiency just with my like soldier background, since I know how to train people?
Yeah, that's
I meant to ask that last time, but I forgot.
well, that's why I gave you the +2 last time.
Oh, okay. So this is
Yeah.
this is just for like a separate thing. Got it.
Yeah. This is specifically because you know every single weapon as you're training these people. In this regard. Plus, this is a little bit out of your scale. You have trained soldiers, but you train them in small scale. This is mass.
Yeah.
But yeah.
19.
19. Fair enough. You get people more acclimated with their weaponry throughout the day and throughout times of which you are trying to just kind of give everyone at least some bearing. There's definitely an uptick in people who know how to wield their weaponry, but not enough to say that at least half of the people know how. So you feel like this is going to have to continue throughout the day.
That's
For
fair.
full on. Go ahead.
I think I want to try to give him a piece of advice that is something that's very useful with melee combat and hand-to-hand combat, specifically like stabby things.
Mhm.
And that is see anybody who's like sparring with each other and see anybody who's like going at their partner and be like, no, 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 through. You want to go through him. Imagine that you're trying to stab somebody behind that person. Don't just aim at them, go through. If you're hitting them from the side, hit somebody that's to the left of them or to the right, not just that person. You want to make sure that thing has as much force as you can behind it. And just try to give like that piece of advice to people of don't try to hit your target, try to go through your target because that makes your hits more powerful.
Okay. I will allow a D4 to add to this roll because of that in particular. I'll allow
Let's
it.
go.
Let's see if
Come
that
on,
changes anything.
get that 23. 21's
That's a
cool
two.
too.
That's a
21.
21.
21. It gets a handful more people.
Hell yeah.
With that is the thing that some of them are missing, but not enough to change just yet.
That's okay.
All right. With that, Morrow, you are
Yep.
up with your Vanguard. You said you wanted to alternate today, so not the Crusher aspect. You were trying to teach them to be more defensive with each other and try to teach the retaliation. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so my goal is to teach one, they have to be able to protect each other. Because if they're going to be working in a unit or with other units,
Mhm.
like, some people might go down and you got to be able to do that. And then I also, like, want to do half the day on Crusher, half the day on this, because at the end of the day, this all should come together. And they should be able to tag team this into sort of being able to position enemies around the battlefield for the other units and keep everybody protected as well as themselves.
No problem at all. I need. Are you doing Crusher first then?
Crusher first.
Got it. Then same roll as last time. I believe it was your strength +2 because you have the Crusher proficiency and your proficiency in general.
So it was plus 10 the last time.
All right. +10 again then. Good luck.
Let's go. Crush them. 29.
29.
Hell yeah, dude.
With an amplitude of former practice and now getting into the full-on nature of it, you teach many of your Vanguard here the ability to actually not fully impact the parts of your opponent, but to impact their footing, their standing, and just them as beings. You now have people who are striking and managing to push back, not directly dealing damage all the time, but specifically just launching with great force. So much so that you even have a final test on yourself, and the furthest person is able to actually launch you back 10 feet, which you are slightly proud of. Your Vanguard has gained the Crusher ability from you.
Oh,
Let's
Let's
nice.
go.
Now
So
it's
now-
time to. Yep.
In combat forces in this, your units are much more capable at pushing enemies back.
Oh
you go.
yeah, that is good. Now the rest of the half of the day, I got to teach them how to protect their friends.
Okay, we'll get to that after lunchtime. But that is lunch for all of you, except for Amaris, who is currently spending the day reading her book. I need somebody, since Amaris is not here yet, to roll me a Constitution saving throw for Amaris because it. All right. Let
10 plus their con modifier.
me see what their con mod is. That might not be enough.
It should be.
We'll see. Depends on their con mod. Because they still have not slept yet. Their con... It is not... Mars takes 1 point of exhaustion.
They need to go to fucking bed.
Yeah.
We'll go bed tonight. They said they wanted to get at least one full day of reading in, so.
They at this point in time they would have gotten 27 hours in. 27 hours
yeah.
of their 48.
Ours
they
has
did
already
21
gotten
hours.
further than she wanted, so yeah, she'll sleep tonight.
Okay, so she'll start sleeping.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if no. I don't know. I'm not saying that she's starting to sleep right now. I said she'll probably sleep tonight because that's what she said last time. She wanted to get at least 24 hours before she let herself stop.
Yeah.
But You gotta ask him about
Yeah,
that. I don't know.
I'm messaging them. I'm messaging them. I was about to say it's like I was like I'm gonna check them first, but we'll see.
He might be driving. Be careful.
Yeah. Sorry. All right, cool. Sorry. With that, as everything's continuing on, and yes, by the way, I did make them roll the con save in the morning, but it's not like not until the next long rest. It's mine work differently. All right. With that, you guys are now breaking for lunch. You all will take just a moment to just kind of replenish. This will be part of the second half of the day as it kind of goes through. If you want to try to push your soldiers through it, you can to just give yourself an extra hour. But otherwise, it is currently at this point, I would say it's just hit 1 p.m. for all of you, just so you guys know.
Let's go.
What do you? You two are going to be looking and gaining and gathering together. Maro and Amara Octav, are you two doing anything special for lunch, or do you just letting lunch pass by?
He's gonna let them go eat.
Mhm.
Ocnev's going to stay back and start working on halving the shields.
Mhm.
So from like the midsection, so bottom, like I don't know how to say it. Not horizontal but vertical. Wait, no, horizontal. Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna half the shields. If they were standing, you're gonna cut them in half in that regard. There.
Yeah.
Are you trying to utilize like every single here? Let me give you a drawing of where my mind's at with this.
Gotcha.
All right, freehand. There we go. So, let's say this is your standard coffin, right?
Yeah, where is it?
Right.
Yeah. And I'm trying to do like.
You're trying to half it like right here, I'm assuming. Is it around there?
Yeah, in that kind of section. Yeah.
Okay, then I'll just say roll me carpenters plus intelligence.
I got carpenters.
This is not the cutting part. This is just something else. So intelligence plus carpenters.
I'm gonna ancient knowledge this just in case.
Okay.
My ancient knowledge didn't roll. Did it roll?
No.
No, did not.
All right, let's give me a 6. I'll take a 19.
So with the 19. As you are just kind of utilizing this, cutting it definitely is something that you can do and even could be recommended. But with how perfectly kind of intact that these are, they aren't still perfect shields. They aren't like fully reinforced, which will take a little bit of time, but they are still a very good basis and start. But along with that, you realize you can actually probably get some good mileage because yes, you have the front where you can kind of section off like this and this for the halfway point.
Yeah.
But if you take a little bit extra time, you can probably get a shield if you combine the sides together on both ends. So
yeah,
you can what was going to be maybe 4 shields, you can actually probably make 8 out of.
That's fine.
Let's go.
But that will take longer.
That's fine.
Okay. I would say if you're going to work on the first one for the hour, I can definitely at least get you. We'll see. We can see how many shields we can get.
And I'm gonna do something crazy. Each
Mhm.
shield, I'm moving to the ground, the grass, and a majority of the shields, right?
Mhm.
That way I can cast like one spell. I am casting a spell while doing this, Mr. DM.
Mhm.
Because let's get naturey. And just using like plants to reinforce them, like like vines and reeds, like to bind them, give them thorns on the front.
Okay. All right. I will say this is a little out of the scope of it.
I know.
Because vines themselves obviously have their own thing, but I will allow an attempt at this. But I'm gonna say the DC is gonna be hard if you want to do it this way. I'd say the DC, you're gonna do an Arcana check, and the DC itself would be 18 to make this
18?
work. Yeah,
I can
18 to
make
make
that
this a viable shield.
I can
Yeah.
make that happen. You know
Okay.
what? I will.
But first, we need to make the shield.
Yeah.
So
Okay, yeah.
Dex plus carpentry. We'll see how many we have first.
Ancient knowledge is 1 2 just in case. Yeah, ancient knowledge. Yeah. 20.
20. Fair enough. During this time, then, with some speedy work and a plan, before lunch is over, you are able to get at least 2. You know you can't get a third one in this time, so if you want to kind of set up the spell and everything like that, I will allow the spell. This is going to be an Arcana check, DC 18, to make sure that the vines will stay like kind of like taut, and then you're going to just have to finish up the wrappings like as you're kind of doing the spell.
Yeah.
But you can, I will allow it.
Arcana.
Yes.
Okay. Eevee, peevee, lemon, squeezy, ancient knowledge.
Won't be perfect because if someone can cut the vine, then that causes an issue for these. But they will
I'll
be
I'm
usable.
gonna-
They
I'm
will
gonna
be
lacquer
usable
them.
shields. They will be usable shields at the time.
I'm gonna lacquer them. Don't worry.
Okay.
Boom. 22.
22. Within the time, you were able to make 2 perfectly viable shields with kind of the set that you are having. And with a 22, at the very least, one of them at the moment, as you kind of tested it, the first one didn't work out too well. One of them does kind of have the thorns a little bit on the front of it, at least. So a shield bass might do a little bit of extra piercing and such.
Hell yeah.
Yep. All right. With that, you have 2. I'll add 2 vine shields, I guess. Is what I'll put in.
Hell yeah.
Well, 1 vine shield, 1 thorn shield. There we go.
Yeah.
Thorn asterisk, not actually thorn. There we go. All right.
It's semi-thorn.
Not captain. All right. Let me also get rid of these. But that was good. Oops. There we go. Morrow, are you just taking your lunch and moving on?
Sit down, take my lunch, bread and water. Sit down, gonna converse with some of the other groups, see what they're actually being trained in, and then I'll see if I can like strategize that and combo that into the training later. Just give them a viewpoint of what they may see.
Okay. Then I will say, if you are going to be kind of scouring through the other groups, are you scouring specifically like Eileen's group, Thorn's group, Octav's group? Or are you just looking at any groups that you can find?
I'm gonna use, I think, Thorns and Eileen's group. Actually, no, Eileen's group is a stealth group, right? The archer group. Eileen's
group is a group of archers. They will be going in with some of you guys. They're not part of your vanguard, but they will probably be behind your vanguard. However, you also know that there is the mission of the individuals because you've been informed since you've been here. There's the group of the 5 individuals that will be climbing the side of Mount Raven, or not Mount Ravenloft, Castle Ravenloft, and the mountain.
Yeah, fair enough. And then we will, for the most part, I guess like Thorns and Eileen's group would be the ones, because those are probably the most people they're going to interact with, per se. Yeah, so those 2 groups, I'll, go over, say hi, say a couple hellos, see how everybody's doing, how their training's going, what's going on.
All right. Fair enough. Then I'd say as you just kind of go through and as you're looking through, this still isn't a well-trained, perfectly set group of people. This is still just a group of people still trying to survive. This is very green for these people. They're new to all of this. But as you just kind of go through and look, you would very least see there's so many people that are still trying as hard as they can.
Oh.
And although they may not have the skills yet, they at least have the will. And you realize that itself is more important, at least now. And you hope that is enough to push everyone through this, as you have definitely worried over time that maybe these people shouldn't sacrifice like this. But at the very least, they seem to be willing. However you take that is up to you.
So, quick question, DM, because it's sort of relevant, but at the same time, Morrow and myself, we're kind of sort of curious. That woman who hit Thorn with the chair?
Yes.
And then the ladder? What group is she in?
As you are kind of going through, she isn't currently in any of your guys' group. There is another group of people currently. that is gearing up to climb and take the front area for the walls. She's going to be one of the people that is grabbing the ladders, placing them down, and then charging up the ladder to hit the tower from the gate.
Hell
Not
yeah.
not on the inside, on
My
the outside.
my motherfucking goat. My goat.
Oh, I thought about her. Do not worry in the slightest. I
Bro,
thought about her.
I was, I was kind of hoping she was gonna be my group. She seems like the kind of person who likes to smash things, So that's,
Uh,
that's
that
the time.
that is fair, but but the front group is the group that is going to be a bit more dangerous because they need this as another way to entry in case something happens with the gate. This needs to be a kind of a secondary group, but it's so risky as they've just as what they're doing, that this is like kind of a group of people that needs to either have no fear in falling and have trust in others, because your vanguard group needs to act quickly to make sure this group stays alive. If you ask her and you want to transfer her, you can, but this is currently the group that she's in.
I think
I'm
she
not.
needs to be there.
Yeah, I think she needs to be there. I'm not gonna like It's too late to transfer at this point. Like, we're 2 days in. It's more
We're 2
important
days
anymore.
in.
You're like a day in, but yeah.
We're like a
But more
day
than
in,
that, they were
12.
training before we got back.
Yeah, like, it's too late at this point. It's too late to transfer. She's behind on credits.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you currently, you. I'd also say when you find her, you see her asking somebody to kind of pass her the water, and they just kind of, as they're a taller figure, they kind of hold it above her, and they just kind of drink it themselves before she punches him in the gut, grabs him in headlocks, grabs the water, has her fill, pushes him to the ground, and then chucks it back over at him.
That's my goat right there. That's my goat.
Oh my god. She's fucking what's her face from Aliens. One where it's like, have you ever been mistaken for a man? And she's like, no, have you?
Oh, she's so great.
I'm just gonna nod over. Hey, respect. Respect each other over there. But I'm mostly gonna be looking at the dude who was being a bully. Respect each other over there, or else. Then you go back to what I'm doing.
Yeah, no matter who you were looking at, she would have just been like, "You heard him." But as you just kind of go back, I will say at least your presence kind of going around, and as you just start kind of checking up on people, just roll me a general persuasion check.
Yeah, you got people like, yeah, he likes us. He likes this. Get him, Morrow. Get him, Morrow.
Actually, can I use? I feel like this might be good here. One second.
Intimidation.
Hey, can I
Get your
use
shit together.
My background feature.
Oh,
I
that is the reason that I'm asking for the check in the first place.
Oh, okay. All right, just gotta
I
be
think I've
sure.
never seen you use that before.
I used it.
He's used
I
it.
used it early
Have
in the
you?
campaign.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you pick
Well,
up.
It hasn't been
and
as much
it's,
lately because we
it's
haven't
also
had a situation for it.
it's also a passive effect that I know all of your guys' passive effects, which I'm just kind of like.
I remember you. No, I remember you doing that with like when he was walking with Lydia. I do remember that a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, there's just a general. You just see smiles on people's faces as you kind of pass by. Some people like wave over to you. Some people, every once in a while, when you just kind of go by, there's a gift or two. But that's just about it. That's all you get with this.
Aw, they
Yeah.
like you.
Yeah.
Morrow.
Yeah.
One day God will call your name.
Yeah. And in general, it is a gift and also a slight apology for how things have been, especially when you first arrived for some people. But yeah. That is that. I need Thorn and Eileen.
Yeah.
As you two arrive back at the front of the house during your lunch break, what do you two do?
We were meeting at the Eastern Gate.
You're right. My bad. The Eastern Gate. You're going over to here? Got it.
Yes.
Easy peasy. You guys can make your way over.
In
No
sync on
problem.
that too.
Yeah.
Anyways, you two you two arrive over at the Eastern Gate, which still is currently being guarded. In fact, it's actually being a little bit more guarded this time around, as there are both some training nearby, but there's also a kind of setup here. As you are looking, the gates themselves are actually not being barricaded currently, but you're seeing protections being and things being made to protect the town itself. As many people will be off now going and fighting this war, there are still people that kind of are going to be staying back, including children, some women, some men. They're going to be either not in fighting shape or they have volunteered to stay back and keep the village safe. And this is part of the preparations. As if you asked anyone, it would be Father Lucian's idea in particular. But yeah, you are allowed outside of the gate easily if you so wish. And I'm assuming y'all are going to hunting.
Yeah.
All right. If I may ask you, any place in particular, or just anywhere that you can get something?
Let's look at the map.
No. Oh, I forgot to move you guys over back to Valaki on the main map. You're no longer in the Rave
Someplace-
Cave.
Some place where we could find something big, or at least big
Yeah.
enough.
That would probably be more southwise for
Yeah,
you, as you got plenty of woods here.
I was thinking, yeah, probably south down here.
All right. Trying to look for something big? Are you trying to hunt more than just wolf? Are you trying to hunt dire wolf? Are you trying to hunt maybe find a bear? What are you trying to get?
I look at Thorn. What does he want?
Smallest a wolf, big is better.
Okay. And I will attempt to track some big pals.
All right. This might take a while, but it will depend on your roll here. I'll say if you are heading south and you are just attempting to track and hunt for game, give me a survival check, please.
Can I help her, like, look around for stuff? Because I am
Have
proficient
survival?
with survival.
Absolutely. Yep. Advantage.
Let's go.
Unfortunately, I don't think I have Beast as my favorite foe. So I think it'll just
Probably
be...
not today.
No, I'm giving you advantage because I have proficiency in survival.
Right. But, like, it won't give me, like, the extra shit that I get by being a ranger.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay.
She hunts humans.
I hunt humans.
Okay, Dexter.
No, that was almost 2 threes.
Are you sure about that?
With a 26, it's actually fairly quick for you. You and Thorn both kind of, as you both.
Hold on. I don't know if this helps. When I make an intelligence or wisdom check related to my favorite terrain, your proficiency bonus is doubled. If I
Well,
use
let's go.
a skill that you are proficient in. So it should be...
It's tracking as well. So, yep. Absolutely.
Alright, cool.
So, double the proficiency, so turns into 31.
31.
Let's go.
Okay.
Give me an owl bear.
With a 31, as you are just kind of continuing going through, it does not take you long. Thorn does not need any real adjustments, as he's been familiarized with tracking as well, being a child growing up near Bear Dusk. Although it is more swampier terrain, you at least know how to keep quiet during a hunting party. And with Eileen kind of guiding you, this is some almost high octane like speed that you're hitting of tracking, although tracking still isn't fast in general. But within 20 minutes, you find a couple of different tracks of game that you can follow. You have definitely found those of a wolf. You have found those of a dire wolf. You found a pack of wolves, and then you found as well extra tracks of deer with the wolf tracks. You're assuming either hunted, got killed, who knows what, or in that regard. But if they did catch it, they're probably a little slower or currently eating a meal, as those tracks seem to be the freshest. And you also find, with a 26, I would say, and just your
31.
abilities in general of this, 31. Apologies.
Just saying.
You do find a bear track as well.
Whoa! How big
Oh.
is the bear?
With a 31, from everything that you're kind of looking at this bear's fairly large, and it is a brown bear.
Oh, you want to go Revenant, bitch?
I want to go Revenant. Let's do this.
Oh, let's find that bear.
Thorn's getting his masculinity back after the money debacle. But babe, you're gonna watch me fight a bear, okay?
Alright.
That'd be awesome. Continuing with this for the sake of brevity, the track itself takes you another about 25 or so minutes to follow. Once again, with your already kind of intense pace and speed, it does not take too long until you eventually meet at a pond in the distance, where you currently see the bear is just kind of taking a sip of water as it's just kind of resting before it just kind of looks forward and down kind of at the water, and you just kind of see it swipe at something in the water for a second with its mouth, but nothing comes back out for it.
All right. I'm gonna bring my hood up to activate the cloak of Elvenkind.
Okay, fair enough.
How do you want to do this?
Well, I have to kill it. So, I was planning on just walking up to it. Brown bears are particularly territorial. It shouldn't take much to get it to fight.
They're territorial against their cub. If you make yourself look dangerous, it'll charge right at you.
I'm pretty good at that.
Alright. I'll stay hidden. Get you back up. Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
And I'll stealth into the bushes and find a good spot to, like, shoot.
Easy enough. All right.
Yep. And I will walk up to it and hold my action to ignite if this thing turns and like bears itself at me. No pun intended.
Mm-hmm. As you approach, since you're not making any attempt to stealth, well, actually, sorry, Eileen, just stealth, just for fun, because you know.
I am stealthing.
We'll see the numbers. Roll it.
Well, I
Yeah.
get advantage with stealth, right? Because of the cloak.
Yeah.
Yes.
Elvenkind gives you advantage, but it also gives people trying to find you disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Yep.
26 to find me.
All right. Fair enough. As you begin to approach, the bear just kind of, as the kind of snouts in the water a little bit, just kind of almost like looking and tracking something for a moment. The head just kind of goes up, and the bear begins to kind of turn around towards you, as you kind of just take your steps and approach, and it begins to just look at you as you begin to move towards it. But when you become within about 20 or so feet, it just kind of claws at the ground in front of itself and over towards you.
Draw my sword.
As soon as it sees that, there's just kind of immediately kind of a puff of air from it, and it just kind of roars out for a moment before it takes a movement forward, because it recognizes at least that you are lethal. All right. With that, I will say just roll me initiative real quick.
All right.
Nah, this ain't Brother Bear. This is the bear from the Revenant. Fuck that hoe.
That is true.
I don't know what that's
Here, I'm just gonna put my token to roll initiative.
Yeah, I'll do the
That's
same.
fair. That is fair.
Also, I'll say with that was like my ignition going off, because that's
Easy enough. Yes, you ready it up.
what I was waiting for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah. One day I'll get a high initiative.
One day.
Maybe before the end of the campaign.
I'll inspire you before your initiative roll so you can roll a d10.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Oh, yeah. Let's not do that.
Why is it not?
Let's not do that. Why?
Let's not do that and say we did. Wait, is it just a blank thing for you guys as well?
No, I see a little like ghosty dude.
I see
Yeah, there's a
dude.
ghosty dude. Right, but that should be the bear. What the hell? Weird.
Oh,
All right,
you
well-
two are fighting the bear, huh? Good luck.
I guess.
Hey, need luck here?
Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry, it wasn't working. There we go. Fixed it.
Oh, why you gotta look like that?
Bear.
Let's go.
You have deep brown
is-
eyes.
Here,
I'm
it
gonna
is large.
kick his
There you go.
ass.
There you go. It is,
Ah,
it is
okay.
large. There you go.
Just
I'm
like,
gonna kick his ass. Or her ass. Their ass.
They them's ass. All right. Let me roll.
Is bear about to be what's word?
This isn't you.
As you ignite and as you immediately heat up, the flames cover your face and cover most of your body until you push them aside. But the moment that you do push them aside, the bear is already at full charge and gets to move before anyone else even reacts.
oh,
Okay.
It lunges.
This is
Alright.
Revenant. Talk to you.
Let me also put on the music.
Needs the initiative.
that had the same cadence of build the bridge, use the initiative. There's a bear in the woods. Hey!
You can build the woods.
There's a man in the woods. Have you seen that short film? You're pretty cool.
All right. With that, with 15, it lunges and charges immediately at you. I'm going to go on and attack first. Let's see. Okay, there we go. As it goes in, it takes its mouth first and goes to bite at you.
All right.
That is a 20 to hit.
That misses. Repost.
All right, fair enough.
28 to hit.
As its mouth goes, immediately you take your shield and barely move it onto the side, but you take that stance and you hit it with a 28 easily. No problem
Let's
at all.
go.
All right.
That is 24 damage, all of which is necrofire because my blade was already ignited from a kill prior as well.
And don't forget about a D8 because it is in your vicinity now. So go ahead and roll that.
Yes. Wait, was it a D8? I thought it was a D6.
Double check.
No, it's a D8. It's a D8.
Okay, there you go.
You right.
I know, I'm pretty good at that. Ow!
So that is so 29 points of damage.
29 points of damage. Immediately as this bear charges into you and begins to try to take a bite out of you, you push it back with the shield and slash right into it. Immediately its fur ignites and begins to immolate. Black flames begin to singe and burn, and the smell starts to erupt into the air as it just kind of roars out from the immediate pain that occurred. But it will attempt to make a claw attack at you still.
All right.
All right. That is a 15.
That also misses.
As
Just
it now,
push it off with the shield.
as part of it is going through, and as it is now just kind of on top of you and attacking you, you feel kind of the weight, and you definitely feel now you can't fully outstrength this bear as it is just kind of lunging and charging at you, but you're able to at least redirect some of its momentum as you just kind of give it that pushback a little bit. The claw kind of swings into the ground as it is panicking now from the fire that is now accumulated and attacked it. Eileen, it is your turn.
Do I even interfere?
Up to you. You were first, that's all.
You know what? I'm gonna do a Slayer's Prey on this guy, this bear. And fuck it, I'll shoot.
You're gonna shoot? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I'll shoot.
As you mark the bear and you release a rogue shot out through the woods into the bear. Go for it.
Alright.
One unsuspecting, too. Since you're a hidden, you have advantage on this.
Sweet.
And your sneak attack would proc 2 if you wish.
Yes.
Careful.
20 does hit.
Sweet. I'm not gonna reroll.
Alright, 12 points of piercing damage. You fire an arrow right at the bear, and it immediately goes towards its abdomen, just striking through into the bear. The arrow now kind of sticking out as it just kind of roars out again, and just kind of eyes over kind of to the side a little bit from where you shot at. Kind of in your direction, your vicinity, but currently from the fire, the flames, and everything, it's very preoccupied with Thorn right now.
Alright. That'll be my turn. I'll only shoot once.
Got it? Thorn, you're up. As this bear has now had as an arrow shot at it, as it has many burns, it is already looking rough.
Very good. So 22 hits.
22 does hit, yes.
All right. 17 damage.
17 damage as you slash another chunk through this bear, carving more and more into it. Now finally getting into the meat of the bear itself. A bit of blood is now shooting out, soaking into the fur, and immediately joining in this now putrid kind of smell that's hitting the air of both burned fur and now just kind of metallic blood. Go ahead.
All right. 17 hit.
17 hits, yes.
All right. 17 damage again.
How do you want to do this?
Honestly, just not really anything like ceremonious. Probably knowing grizzly bears and like brown bears and the like, they'll stand up on their hind legs a lot. So I'd probably wait for it to do that, and as it does, just stab straight through the chest and use my bonus action to burn the body as it does that, trying to make it. It's not gonna be painless, but trying to end it as quick as possible because he does feel a little bad about just killing a random bear.
All right, fair enough. With that, as the bear stands on its hind legs to just get a powerful swing and just dominate you with its own strength and size itself, as it goes to land down, right before that even occurs, you stab right through its chest with Raging Desire. As it just kind of loses a bit of its strength, you push forward with your shield, keeping it up, and you knock it until it lies down on its back, where it still kind of moves and wiggles for a moment, before you take your sword and you just carve through over towards near both the heart and the stomach itself, before you twist the blade and ignite the bear, which roars out until it can no longer. And like a bearskin rug too close to a fireplace, it catches, immolates, and begins the process of being part of the furnace as your ignition is quelled and your rage subsides.
Okay. Just take a step back and just kind of wait a second for the flames to die down before just saying, okay, it's over.
Before I pop out, I'm gonna take an extra second just to listen out, just in case there's any other movement or sounds surrounding.
Make me a perception check.
22.
22. Easy enough. As you just kind of listen out, you can just kind of hear the remnants of animals fleeing, specifically certain birds just trying to get away real quickly. There's a lot of silence that's kind of beginning as you have now kind of made yourself a presence. But with the 22, a bit southwest of you, you just see two red glowing eyes in the distance. You see a wolf tucked away behind some foliage. It's just kind of watching.
I'm still stealthed. Can I attempt to shoot at that wolf?
I would say at least re-stealth for me real quick, because you just said you were doing the perception check, but you were laying back. So just re-stealth for me, just real quick to see if it spotted you, because at the very least, yeah, Thorn is the thing it's looking at, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Easy enough. It's a bit of ways away, but you spotted about 100 feet or so away. You are stealthed, and it doesn't seem to see you. You were trying to take a shot at it, you said?
Yes.
Okay. You can't hunter's mark it from this far away unless you would like to get closer. It's up to you.
Nah.
All right.
Just a shot to say, like, I see you.
Okay. A shot at it or shot to warn it?
A shot to warn.
Okay. Easy enough. Make a shot.
And it's with advantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
32.
With a 32, the shot is so close that it almost kind of nicks the ear for a second. Like the ear is just barely within an inch off, and it just feels kind of the arrow brush against it as immediately the wolf just kind of ducks and kind of looks over. There's kind of a snarl and kind of almost a bark over at your area before it just kind of looks at you.
Does it see me?
At least at the area where you shot at, I would say.
Okay.
I'll allow another check of that. I'm gonna let it check.
Well,
Remember, it has
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
You were right. That's a good thing too, because I rolled very high. That one, the one as it just kind of barked out, it barked kind of over at your area before it just kind of looks, doesn't see anything, looks back over towards Thorn, and will turn away and run.
All right. And now she'll get out from hiding. Always double check who's watching.
To be honest, I wasn't that worried about it. I know you had my back, so I appreciate it.
Did you get what you need?
Yeah. Before everything happens, I'm probably gonna need your help doing this at least one more time, if that's okay with you.
That's fine.
Okay. We can start heading back now, but I wanted to talk to you on the way back.
Okay. What do you need?
It's about the whole soulless thing.
Okay.
I don't know a way to say it without coming off too nonchalant about it. I don't have a lot of time left.
How much?
The war, the day that everything happens, uh, that's my last guaranteed day. Every day after that, I could be fine, but it'll be a fight. One that gets increasingly harder every time I wake up. I already failed a little bit today. As he like looks down at his left hand and kind of like touches his fingers a bit.
How did you find out?
I can just kind of feel it. Dreams, they've been different for a while. Sometimes I'll have things that are just skewed memories like you saw in Kresik, where I just kind of stumble around. Thank goodness that hasn't happened again. But there have been other dreams where it's just me fighting myself or not recognizing myself. And only two in particular have ever given me this feeling that's at least given me kind of a timer.
She is going to think for a bit and connect the dots in the sense of how long training needs to be and the way that he figured out exactly when. She's gonna ask, how long have you known this?
Couple days, I've had an idea, but it wasn't until this morning when I woke up that I was absolutely sure. Before, when I got the idea, it was just kind of a rough estimate. I didn't know if there would be time afterwards or not, so I didn't say anything about it because I didn't want to give you false information and either raise your hopes or anxieties. I wanted to be sure. That's why I'm telling you today, because I'm finally sure.
Eileen is calm and serious about it, though. Not a tranquility, but more of an understanding. I see. Okay. Well, you have your journal, right?
Yeah. Been filling it out with everything we've been doing.
I suppose to help you alleviate it, in case it does come to that, you'll always have your own words to back you up.
It's true. It's a nice way of looking at it. I actually did want to offer you my journals after all this is said and done, if we don't manage to work things out, it'd be nice if somebody put in a final entry of some sort that I wasn't able to, just in case.
Just in case you pass.
Yeah, or worse. That makes sense not to give myself a death flag, like some people call it, but I believe it is better to be prepared for any eventuality, and it's just the smart thing to do. I am sorry, though. For a while, it's like I've said, I've known for a couple days longer before I had my guarantee, and I didn't really know what to do with it. It's before the temple and everything, and then once the temple came around, I didn't really know how to handle the information, let alone how to dish it out. God forbid I'm not going to give it to the entire group, because fuck me, I don't need that conversation. But I was struggling with it for a bit. I just wanted some sort of solid answer to give you, because I do appreciate what you've been doing. Haven't been, well, obviously you've been worried, but it's not like it was before. You not treating me like I'm broken, which is nice. But I also didn't want to give you this information and have it be just a slap in the face to everything.
Two things. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah.
And second, I'm sorry that I couldn't have been in a good headspace if you had told me earlier.
You don't need to apologize for that. You went through your own shit over there. Some of which I won't describe out in the open like this, but you went through plenty. And I wasn't gonna lump on top of that my problems. I figured now that we're back here and everybody's problems are kind of aligned to a common goal, it's much easier.
No. I do want to help you, but it seems it's better that I am a listener than a problem solver in some cases. Don't hesitate to talk to me.
Well, at least I do my best not to. And you're a good problem solver. We just need to figure out when to solve the problems. And we'll solve this one. We got a water win, and then after that, assuming we're successful, we have an entire castle to loot for ourselves, of which my lovely little soul is probably tucked away in a neat little box somewhere.
I may have an idea of where it is.
Even better. Then it's like it was never gone in the first place.
You know, as they're walking, she's gonna scooch a little closer. She's gonna put an arm on his back and lay her head on his shoulder.
Oh. Yeah, he'll lightly cuddle as they walk.
Also, are you good at climbing?
Yeah, y'all have seen me climb. Y'all have made me climb every mountain to put in the pythons that we've scaled.
Oh, then you're perfect. When you get the chance, you can bring your soldiers to my training area. Maybe be a substitute teacher to help those climbers climb. Because I am not strong.
Sure. I'll tell you what, let's swap groups tomorrow. We'll finish up what we're doing today, and then maybe you can show mine a couple pointers, and I can go over and help some of yours.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I hope they can block well. And she
Mine?
grips onto her bow.
Ah, the ones with frying pans, maybe.
You didn't
All right.
think I was gonna go easy.
Oh no, I don't expect you to. Just make sure to aim less than center mass.
She'll smile at that and continue walking.
Just gonna premonition post real quick for tomorrow's training with Eileen. I used to be an adventurer like you.
I used to be. But then say it with me now.
Some
Alright.
runner runs up to Father Lucian, just like, "Sir, the entire third wave is decimated. All of them filled with arrows. We don't know how this happened."
What? You told me not to aim for center mass.
We find out Eileen's been working for Strahd ever since. Like, of course, Uncle Strahd.
She is Vasily von Holtz.
Now that all of you have had lunch, there is still one person who needs to also have lunch. Also, welcome in, Amars.
Morris. Woo! Let's go.
You're
I'm
exhausted.
waiting for you.
You are exhausted.
Well, actually, I will say, to be fair, that happens at the end of lunch. I will allow Amaris to roll their own roll.
Okay,
So-
let's see how it
Because I realized that.
is.
Dog, you
If-
failed forward. We need this.
If the time had passed, I would have had a different tune.
let them nap.
All right. So you have been reading. 27 hours has passed, and I have it that after the point where you have exhausted yourself, which is over 24 hours since your end time for sleeping, you have to make a check kind of roughly every what's it called? Every quarter of the day for me, and the check kind of keeps increasing. So in this regard here, you need to make a check right now for your exhaustion. It's a con save. So I'm gonna need that one from you.
Yeah, let me go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
You good, by the way?
I am.
I am what I am.
And that is a clam.
No, it's a yam.
Oh, my bad.
You're exhausted. You're
I think that was me.
Nothing has changed. All right. Yeah, you feel the kind of wave of lethargy and tiredness kind of go over you. But you do have about 27 hours worth of reading so far put into your book. But at this point in time, you could push through. It is it'll be this point about like 1:30 p.m. for you at this point in time. You can go to sleep now and try to just get that point off, or you could try to stay up for a couple more hours and you'll have to check
Nope,
again.
I'm sleeping.
Okay, fair enough. You know what?
Honk
Honk
shoe.
shoe.
Honk shoe.
Go.
All right.
We love a good honk shoe.
With that honk shoe, you are going to be sleeping for pretty much the rest of the second quarter of the day here. So everyone else, after you have finished your lunches, Eileen and Thorn, it did take you a bit longer, so you're going to have a little bit of a late lunch return. But you can go on to your groups eventually. We will continue on, and we will do everybody's training here when we come back from our break. We're going to take a little bit of an early break here, and then we're going to get ourselves sorted and started. So
Yes.
we will see you guys. Yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of a longer later half rather than a longer earlier half like we usually do. Just because I feel like this is a really good time to pause.
This
But,
is a good time
He's
to
saying that
pause.
because like shit's about to fight. Anyway, Morrow, do the thing.
Some Strahd.
We'll be right back, everybody.
Man said that within centimeters of the mic. No. Anyways, welcome back, everybody. We are
Hey,
here with the
Boris.
second half here.
Wait, hold on. He didn't do it.
Go ahead, Boris.
There's a Strahd.
I like that one. Sounds like the chicka chicka from fucking Ferris Bueller.
It's my favorite sound effect from every movie when I hear that.
The
The chicka chicka. It's a good one. It's a damn good
It's a
one.
good one. It's a good one. All right. I'll go through the quick recap, and we will continue the second half. The group trained people pretty much. Anyway, no. Yeah, no. As the group trained much of Barovia themselves, and there was just some check-ins with the people. Some people making more resources, such as making more shields for the group, and also Thorn and Eileen separating off to hunt a bear to not only get rid of the rage induced through raging desire imposed upon Thorn himself, but also to have a talk about the finality of Thorn coming rather soon. But besides that, Amaris finally reading and finally deciding to take a nap after all of this. The crew comes back after lunch and begins getting ready for the second part of training. Amaris, roll a Constitution check.
Check? What do you mean?
Yeah, or sorry, save. Sorry, thank you.
What did you say? I said I was going to sleep.
Yeah, I know. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yo, you got this. Pass, brother. You're stronger than anyone else.
Welcome back.
God.
Be healthy.
You're fine. You're fine. You won.
You pass out after reading, but you are only slightly awoken as Savid brings you a pillow and a blanket to cover you up. But he does it very wordlessly. You just barely kind of notice, and then you go back into that sleep, and it's a deep, good sleep. That's all.
Okay.
Just to see if you notice. It's just to see if you notice
REM.
Savid.
You sleep for 3
So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
REM.
REM full capital. All right. Snoring for days. All right. The rest of you.
3 years.
I did that in a game recently, actually. there's a button on the bed to just sleep forever, and they didn't lie. Anyways, so Aknet, we're gonna go to your group first.
Yes, sir.
You are training your group. As much of the day was taking originally a bit by the attempts to make more shields and to actually make the coffins themselves. You then began training the group in a preliminary event for the second half. What is today's second half that you were trying to train them in?
So I'm trying to make sure they know they can't be, because they're doing charge on the bridge first. They can't be scared. They can't run back. That's gonna fuck up everything. They're the first ones, and that's why I'm going to pull out 2 of the coffin shields.
Mhm.
And this is what you guys are. You guys are the Death March, my squadron, because you run into death fearlessly. Understand?
Just roll me a general persuasion check on that one.
Yeah.
That does go hard. That does go hard, absolutely. And some people are like, oh yeah, and then other people are like,
Oh, without the D6,
That's
Natural 20.
Without the
What is with-
D6, baby.
what is with you?
Oh my god!
Who else am I?
Hey, you remember Call of Duty Ghosts? These are the ghosts.
Ooh, that's good.
Bro out here like Braveheart.
Exactly. I was gonna give a little speech, but like, nah, not right now. That's a day for them. That's a day for them. I can't talk. I'm sorry.
With this, as you begin calling them the Death Marches, as you begin kind of going, kind of holding out the shields, some of them almost seem a little timid for a second before 2 of them kind of begin to step up, and one kind of reaches out for the Thorn shield as another one right behind them reached out for the other shield.
There'll be more coming. I'll be making them as soon as possible. You are the 1st battalion. Thou who shall charge, and thou who shall not stop moving.
The Death March will be ready on your command, sir. This is the
Like,
first
goddamn
one
right they will.
as he walks forward. A couple more of them start following a little bit in unison, starting speaking out. You're seeming to at least gain traction with this Death
All
March.
right. As I'm going to now use my chains grapple onto a building, pull myself up, then grapple on top of Shieldy.
Mm-hmm.
No fear, yeah.
No fear.
As he says that, this guy what's the word? Sorry. Where's the fell? Major image.
No fear. No fear.
And
Yeah.
major image. I want to like combine with Shieldy, look like the undead giants that we saw that one time.
Got it. Okay.
I gotta make sure they know like what's going on. What they might see.
Okay, fair enough. As you begin to form an undead giant, a very horrific, massive kind of zombie-like creature mixed with a kind of a skeleton, a very best way to describe it, horrific and putrid. You two run forward, coughing a little bit, which adds to the idea of it. You charge forward towards your death march, towards them with this abject horror that you have now summoned and created. And I will roll for them, but with advantage after yesterday. And for what happened here. Okay. Many of them still at this point in time start running back immediately and initially here, as it's just like, oh god, this again. But you notice a significant more group of them are now there, along with kind of the shielders who now kind of stand in the front. In fact, actually, so much to the point where not only are they staying as you approach, you see 3 of them begin to charge at you instead.
Oh, let's go.
All right, now roll me. Because of your speech and because of the everything that happened earlier, you're trying to train them once again, I'm assuming to be fearless in this regard, right?
Yeah, right now. I'll train other stuff for later.
Give me an advantage roll. This will be your performance against their will, essentially. Their will is going to kind of be building up the scarier performances and the more that they're going through, because they've already trained their wisdom in this regard here.
16. I'm going to use lucky on that. Because
Okay.
I need this to be good.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll again normally. 26.
Hell yeah,
Jesus,
dude.
man, you can't roll low with these.
I used lucky. I had to. Come on, think about that.
I know.
Like,
I'm not upset. I'm not upset. I'm just like,
No,
wow,
I know.
dude.
I'm just saying I rolled low earlier. That's why I used lucky. Come on.
I know. As it's going through and as you're just kind of gathering them, they are getting more and more used to the horror. So you just keep trying to throw out and mix it up until eventually they're just kind of sticking at least to a formation now. There are still some people who, fear is fear, and it takes a minute. Fear wasn't abolished, destroyed in a day. You can't be afraid now. I abolish it. Anyways, but as is now, it's like stragglers at this point in time. And they have kind of lined up towards the middle, kind of being surrounded by the group, but they're also they're like trying to gather their force and their strength and their fear, bottle it up, and just keep at least for one good push. Your group is doing marginally better than it was the first day. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, you'll never escape fear. All you can do is swallow it, hold it down, and let that shit burn.
We will bite fear in its face, death march, march! As they just kind of keep on going for it. And they just start yelling out that, actually, so much so that they charge you and they charge Shieldy, and you suddenly feel as if timber for a second as they charge you both on the very last one. With their own return of a 19 total.
Okay.
Not even total, sorry. Flat 19, sorry. All right, but with that, your death march is becoming much more likely to not run away, and now is becoming a lot better in their initial charge. But after the knockover of Mr. Shieldy, as you're kind of getting him back up and getting everyone like back, as some people kind of stampeded over each other a little bit, and now they're just kind of making sure everyone's good. You get approached by a familiar face as you see Sophella, Aknev.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
So, we brought word was brought to us at the very least that we were trying to get rid of some issues over at the gate. Correct?
Yeah.
You can see also she's kind of putting on a little bit of a thicker accent here.
Yes.
Well, I, Esmeralda, decided that the best course of action was to completely draw out some of the issues, including the green slimes that you had seen earlier.
Yes.
To do this, we have a bit of a solution, but I want your help in assessing, since you are leading this death march. Yes, she looks at you a little curious. Death March! As you hear from some of the people kind of moving through. One guy the initial guy that shouted out raised his arm, and he goes, ah, as he holds his shoulder, he's being bandaged. He was one of the people that got trampled.
Dude's trying to show off for like the cheerleader that just showed up.
You gotta pull out. You know, you feel me? I get you.
If you could follow us really quickly, and if we can have your approval, if it would work with your Death March.
Sure, why not? And before I go off with them, Mr. DM, insight, because if this is like Strahd trying to trick me into getting closer to fucking like, take the blood out of my neck, I ain't gonna fall for it this time. Just because there's a pretty woman in front of me. I'm not that stupid. 16.
16. Hold on. Can't tell.
Shit. All right, I'm just gonna have shield ready.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not gonna be fooled that easily.
Shield Guardian's just
I'll
pointing
go
at
with
Sophella.
All right, where are you taking me?
Over towards the stockyard. Let's pass by. By the way, we saw you at the coffin maker earlier today. Is it? Oh, we saw you earlier at the coffin maker today. Is everything good?
Fine.
You low on lumber?
Well, the idea was, as I'm going to talk, is those coffins. The coffin maker was one of the first big mistakes of our time here, and that may have been a sore spot for them. So I wanted to take a bad memory and make it into something inspiring, and that's what they call the Death March. Coffin shields, pretty sick, aren't they?
Oh, so that when they go down, they have less of a chance of like needing to be buried. It's just ready right there.
No, you animal.
I'm kidding.
I know that. I was like,
he said that she kind of hops over the initial fence at the stockyard. Okay. As Ognev's here. Yes, as it's me. as you just kind of you don't hear a reply for that. You just kind of hear a sigh and just that. Okay. All right. Never can be too careful. As Esmeralda steps out of a familiar cart that you've seen once before. You've seen this cart once before, as it is a circus cart, a green cart in which a saber-toothed tiger jumped out of.
Is he still there? Is my buddy there?
Esmeralda walked out. Are you talking the saber-toothed tiger?
Yes.
It doesn't seem to be there currently.
Okay, well, that's fine. Lovely as ever. How are you?
Doing fine, enjoying some of the show, and using my brain. So, I decided that I was going to pull a little bit of a stunt that we've done before, slightly, with some modifications for your troop. Using, as she jumps off the side of the cart and, or off the back of it and just pats the side of it, this baby right here.
What are you planning?
Well, it's easier for people to charge through if there is something fairly big in front of them and something that they can push through without much of a problem. Along with that...
Using the cart, we're going to use like a battle ram.
Using the cart as a battering ram, yes, we're going to put spikes, some things like that into the front, so it's a lot harder to push back against. And additionally, a little trick of something that happened to my cart, as she looks over to Sophella, who immediately like is just looking the other way at something else. Like, is that a bird? I'm rigging this thing to explode once it hits the doors.
Oh yes. The cart. Yes. Look, Sophella. Sophella, why would you blow up the cart like that?
It was him. As immediately she goes through. So it was on purpose. Was that Octave letting out the laugh like that? Like, uh-oh, or was that just you like laughing for Sophella or at Sophella?
When Sophella said like, oh, he did it. Like, I didn't do anything.
Say you did anything.
What happened? Anyway, this battling around. Tell me more.
Yomi new card when this is finished. This battling ram here, we are going to attach many of the potions that I had earlier set up and aligned to explode my cart. Miniature of the powder itself, but we're going to also have a couple of potions that I've been working on recently for this idea. Along with that, we are going to add a little surprise onto the top of it, which is going to be myself, but it won't really be myself.
Like a dummy.
Yes, exactly. So, with this dummy, we will attract the slimes. The slimes will jump onto the cart itself. Once we get the slimes onto the cart, as long as they get tricked by it, the cart now going at Mach whatever will be ramming itself past the people into the door. After I pull on a certain lever here, it will lower a shelf. The shelf will fall, ignite, cause the explosion. The powder will ignite as well, burn the cart, and explode at the door, causing a mass issue at the door and making sure that reinforcements can't come out through the front door.
I love this plan already.
I knew you would. So, I just needed some approval, and I will need some men to know that they are going to be risking themselves with this. It should be safer for your entire crew, but riskier for anyone that is going to be involved in this.
Well, no, after what I told them, I think they'll be ready.
Let's hope so. They will need some people defending. We will need some people just pushing the cart, and it will need to be some very, very strong people because they will need to be pushing probably through a small army. But that's what we will attempt. Right.
Got it. So what do you need me to do?
I
You to
need
inspire them. You need to get them ready. Like, what's the plan?
I need you to prepare, trust your people, and assign the right people for this. Along with that, I might need a little bit of help with any of the designs here. So if you have time, it would be very helpful to finalize anything to make sure that this cart is a go. Or if you know somebody who could help with this, someone good at crafting, building something.
I know people, but sure, we'll make it a day.
All right.
Let's, yeah.
Sophella will be taking my place if you do bring a bunch of people, fair warning, but I will be working on this during the night as I still have some things I need to do.
Are you going to be working out here during the night, or where are you going to be working?
I will be working on this at the night, yes.
It's a little dangerous to be working in the night.
And?
Fair. If you want, you can move the cart near our house. I can sneak out, see you, and maybe help from there.
Well, currently this cart is in the middle of a stockyard and is where it's supposed to be. Moving it somewhere else might draw a little bit of attention to it for prying eyes.
Oh, fair.
That's why I'm keeping it here, and that's why no one has really checked or suspected too much.
All right, then. I will not touch it.
Well, unless you are helping with the fine.
Oh, yeah, unless I'm helping, yes. But, I won't go out of my way to be like, oh, fancy thing.
Yeah. So get anyone that you trust. If it does need to be from your unit, if it needs to be from others, let the other people know. But this is just my idea, and this is how I will deal with the green slimes. And also the front door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My men will be ready.
Good. You're so lucky to have me. As she just kind of flips her hair a little bit to the side and just kind of readjusts her band a little bit. As
aren't you full of yourself right now?
Shouldn't I be?
Fair.
But you guys have been doing so good too. I've been checking up every once in a while. I've heard about the death march from Sophella. But do just know, as we do this, people are going to die. And I'm not saying this to discourage you. I'm just letting you know the truth. Not everyone will make it, and you've already told your men that. And I respect that. I just want you to remember. People will die. And that is just something...
Did you take me for some bleeding heart? I'll be fine.
I don't take you for a bleeding heart. I take you for someone who cares a lot, but doesn't say it out loud.
Anyway, let me go back to my death march. I'll see you later.
Goodbye.
Bye. And stay safe, you two.
Oh, we will. See you at the front lines.
See you at the front lines.
All right. With that, as you're just leaving, the last thing that you hear is just So tell me everything about the cart. I love how you just the hair flick and everything. It was so good. as you just hear like right at the end there, as Sophella is now being grilled about the situation. But with you, as you go back to your death march, as the day kind of ends and draws to a clear, you have successfully very much increased your army's ability and capability this time around. All right.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay, fair enough. With that, I will say we'll go in the same order. Eileen, you
Yeah.
wanted to finish up on your dex training for the day, correct?
Yes.
Easy enough. Unless anything has changed otherwise, we will just kind of continue on working on keeping balance, keeping right footing, and being able to try to like maneuver and fire a lot easier, because a lot of them are able to kind of land shots as they're like standing still, but moving and firing is a little harder for some of
Yeah.
them. Even though that is what bows are supposed to do. This is a group of hunters, so it's a little, not in their skill set. But with that, roll me, once again, I will say Dex plus proficiency on this.
You got it. I'll roll
You
a
got it,
save.
dude.
Uh,
Well,
Yeah.
shit.
yeah.
Oh God, no,
Too
she
distracted. Fuck.
Whether it be from a little bit of exhaustion from your actual hunting and the fact that you were a bit late onto the crew, whether it maybe be of the focus on different plans now of the possibility of the flying, and maybe even some self-doubt on how the climbers were, you just were in your own head a little bit too much. You definitely trained them, and they definitely did improve, but not enough to mark something at this point in time. You need to spend more time training in this field to acquire the points needed. You are a bit short. Apologies.
Fine. I accept.
All right. With that, that'll be your day as it begins to draw to a close, and you can continue back to your abode. But before then, Thorn, in order here. Oh, hello. You are training your people to become much more proficient in your in their weaponry, not your. So I will need you once again to attempt the training for +2 strength and proficiency. So
for
plus 12.
Crusher.
All right. No,
No,
this is me.
no,
Oh,
Thorn.
sorry.
I called your name out first. That was my mistake.
Yeah, sorry.
All
No,
right.
you're good. That was on me.
There we go.
31.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, easy enough.
I'm in a great headspace.
Yeah. Although much of the weaponry itself isn't full on actual weaponry, you teach people their forms of improvisation. You teach everyone at least how to utilize anything that they have and anything that they can find. Therefore, they do so. At this point in time, with a 31 included, you did not only give people with actual weapons weaponry proficiency, but people without weapons have now gained the ability to improvise weaponry.
Let's fucking go.
So, with that, I will give a nice chunk here. Oh, chat can't hear anyone except for the DM?
What?
Hold on. Someone else talk.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Woo 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 woo.
Oh, it's fixed. Okay, yeah. Weird. Okay, that's weird.
Huh.
All right, thank you. Sorry. Anyways, with that, let's see. With that is a significant increase to them, and I will add that to their clearing. So they're able to do a bit more damage. They're able to take out spaces a little bit easier in this regard here. So you've given them the HP boost, and now you've given them the ability to fight back a lot better.
Let's go.
All right. With that, that is it for your training day. Morrow,
Yeah.
your vanguard successfully has learned your ability to crush, and now you wish for them to gain the ability to protect one another and themselves. You wish to teach them your ability to strike back once struck, or to block, specifically to block strikes that are coming towards your allies.
Yes.
With this, I will allow you to teach this to them. I will allow this to be strength plus proficiency, and because, strength plus proficiency, and because you have the actual feat itself, +2.
and I'm specifically going to train this right, is like I'm going to, right, put somebody in front of me, right?
Mhm.
Then I'm going to have another guy right next to him. And I'm going to say this. Now I'm going to try to hit you with this as hard as I can.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm going to
Okay.
look over to the other guy. I'm going to say, it is your job to intercept, time it correctly, and protect your teammate. We will do this in a row till you guys get it. Obviously, I'm not hitting as hard as I can, but
One
Well,
by
wait, whoa,
one,
whoa,
his
whoa, whoa,
troops fall.
what if he can't protect me in time?
I know first aid. But I'll give him an example first. Like I'll have somebody stand and like I'll say, "Hey, strike him." And then like he'll go to strike and then I'll use interception, protect him from it, show him like how it's done.
Okay.
For the most part.
Just roll the interception for me real quick. Do it
Yeah,
real quick.
just to make sure.
And I'm gonna roll the attack. Okay,
I'm
wasn't a
not
crit.
gonna lie, I was fully expecting like the fucking. What if he doesn't catch it in time? I was like, that's not an option. Like-
I was waiting. That's why I'm giving him a chance. That's why, and this right here, this is what I'm allowing it. You do certain things, I give you certain things. A 10, this is actually a fairly mighty swing, especially with the crusher that you kind of given them before. The person that does this attack actually does a fairly good strike over towards your way, and you barely manage to block it all, but you do manage to riposte and repel it back forth. You're kind of a little proud of that swing that they did, honestly.
You're doing good on your swing. All right, but that will be the key. I'd use a training dummy, but unfortunately those are not available. So let's get started.
We have one actually.
already swinging.
As
Well, obviously I'm going as soft as possible, but like this
no,
this
yeah,
will
yeah.
be the theme. This will be the theme.
Yeah.
I'll tell them.
I'm assuming you're not using singularity. You're
No.
not gonna hit him with a black hole. Okay, cool.
No. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay. I will say then, yeah, roll that strength +2 plus your proficiency, so 10 total.
15.
15. All right, easy enough. Then with a 15, as you are going through, you are definitely getting the beginnings, and you are definitely in need of healing people, specifically with your training methods. You are hardening up your people, but you do need to spend some points for healing. I'd say with a 15, you need to spend at least 30 points to heal your troops with today's wounds and injuries.
That's good. Like wounds and injuries now, those are fine. I'd rather if they lessen them during the battle, then we can do this because I'll fill them up before we leave.
You're just kind of medicing on stand at the moment as people are just kind of giving it their all as they're trying to fire off in these regards here. But you are doing a fairly fine job with this as it's kind of going through. It's not enough to give people the ability to intercept, obviously. You're going to need to continue this for the next couple of time frames, but the better you do, the quicker it will be.
Yep.
All right. With that is everybody as it begins to dawn onto nightfall. Are you all going back to your home?
Yes.
All right. Easy enough. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna meet back. I'm just gonna tell the group. All right, guys. Well done. I'll prepare for some food for you guys next time once we get this all down. But have any questions? Feel free to ask. If not, go back to your homes.
One person kind of raises their hand a bit, sorry, and they just go, should we be trying to do as much damage as possible, or just trying to keep ourselves safe?
It's a balance. It's a balance, really. It depends on how you read the situation. if you feel as though an enemy might strike down, if you feel as though an enemy is going to either hurt your ally to the point where they can't continue, and you need to take them down quickly, then go as much as damage. But if you feel as though, hey, but you feel as though that you should focus on staying alive, conserving your energy, so long as it doesn't, so that you don't hinder yourself future in the battle. That's just it'll be a difficult, it'll be a balance, but we will discuss that soon. We'll discuss that relatively soon. For now, focus on getting this down.
Yes, he's right. Along with that, we need to make sure that we're ready. If we're not ready, many people behind us will fall. We need to make the line stronger. Thank you, Mara. As Franz kind of steps up and kind of backs up your point a little bit here, as just kind of continues here. But you see another person kind of raise their hand right after. What's the food?
I haven't decided yet, actually. I usually try and switch it up each time.
There are some gasps of relief.
I usually try not to give the same thing each time. If you want any, insights, ask Father Lucian. Usually he's the one I serve food to. But all right. Well, sure your families miss you.
With
Like a
that,
school cafeteria. Tomorrow we're having lasagna.
I'm allergic. Take an Uncrustable. All right. With that, as you all are then, as you're saying goodbye to your people, as all this is going down, as they are returning back to their homes, as another day of training finally concludes, you all arrive back over towards your house and begin to take your rest for the night, unless there's something else you guys wish to do before then.
I'm gonna do my typical thing, but I'll rest after that.
Oh,
got it. You can roll that for me.
I'm back.
Is
back.
Amaris awake?
Amaris should be asleep at this time, but actually, wait. Nighttime there. You went to bed at there. I would say actually, Amaris is asleep when you get there, but within like 20 minutes of you guys getting there, she'd start waking up.
I'm just
Go
gonna
back to Eva.
look over to him.
Back.
Amaris,
Yeah, what's up?
you said you wanted to talk like a couple days ago, but do you want to do that now or later?
Said later. I need my
Okay.
rest.
All right. Fair enough. Moral's just gonna walk back, place Singularity standing up right next to him, and he's gonna like sit down and watch it and slowly go to sleep.
All right, fair enough. As you place it there and just get ready for your rest and for your sleep for the night, you succumb to your dreams and eventually fall into a nice, lovely sleep. Is everyone else following suit? Besides Amaris, who is going to be probably awake for the next couple 16 hours.
I'm gonna go to bed early so I can wake up and start working on the shields more.
All
I
right,
will
fair
take
enough.
the shields home with me.
All right, fair enough. Eileen, you're the only one I haven't heard of her confirmation.
Yeah, same old. I'll try to wake up early if I can.
Okay. And then Amaris, you're going to read?
Yep.
All right. Easy enough. You two can kind of go into your own corner a bit because you two are staying up during the night working a bit and or reading for some candlelight. I will say before Ogniv wakes up and as you are still kind of reading, Amaris, Savid kind of comes by. Miss Amaris?
Yeah. What's up?
I don't mean to be a bother, but is it all right if I go out scouting for the night? I've kind of been cooped up in here, and I just would like to go and check if I could find any of my brothers.
don't see. I don't see. I mean, it's gonna be dangerous out there at night.
I know.
Just
But I've been safe in here for the past couple of hours, and I don't find it fair that they aren't. So I want to just see if I can help, if I can bring something to them, or if I could just regroup at all.
that's fair. Just don't just don't do anything stupid. If something happens, just try to stay out of sight. Your safety is your own safety is a primary concern.
I will be okay. I'll try to come back by dawn, but if not, then I'll be back around dusk.
Fine by me.
May I borrow the key to this southern door?
Do I have the key to the southern door?
You guys did.
Then just grab it and hand it to him.
Thank you. As he takes the key, he just kind of gives you a bit of a nod as he goes to the front door, opens it up, and just kind of looks around both sides first, trying to be a little bit sneaky as he's kind of looking out. Before he turns back to you, gives you one more nod and leaves the door, closes it behind. Right. Amaris, you're just going to be reading for the whole night, right?
Yeah.
Easy enough. Aknev, if you are going to wake up and do your shields after your 4 hours, just do me a roll. I'm assuming you're going to be working on these until the time comes. Wait, actually, do you have carpenter's tools? Or
Yeah, I do.
Okay, perfect. Then easy enough.
My father's a carpenter.
You think? All right.
This is where we this is where we find out Aknev came for a certain holy book. He rolled in 3 days.
After
I've been
3 days,
saying-
he rose.
I've been saying my father's a carpenter for so long and no one caught on to it. So
I mean, to be fair, you have since like the first day of the campaign.
Yep.
You were like, my father was a carpenter, and we're like, who asked?
he made the coffin
Hey.
for your father, bro.
Bro,
True.
Ooh.
True, dude.
Bro out here talking, man. He was born in a manger.
I was born in a wagon because I roll like that.
All right, stop.
The fun is over.
No more. Water and bread only.
All right. And there you go. So I need you to roll me carpenter's tools plus dex, and that's it. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. I will be casting like the spell every once in a while to like plan for that shit.
Wait till you go. You're gonna have to do that when you go outside. You have to. That's not this
Okay.
part, but yeah.
27 though.
All right. 27. Easy enough.
Yeah.
With this would be about 4 hours worth. You're trying to stay quiet so you could just at least let your homies sleep a bit. But as things go on and as you are just kind of making just mind. Actually, I will say, Amaris, just roll me a concentration check.
I'm so sorry.
Concentration?
Yeah, you are up. It's little noises. It's not a hard check. It's just to
So
see if you can kind of go through
is
some
it
like
still
because
a constitution or is it wisdom?
it's concentration, like as if you were casting a spell.
So
Like concentration.
constitution.
Yeah, like concentration save essentially.
Okay.
It's just if you had any extra effects of it, I would have allowed, you know. Easy enough. Yeah, no problem at all. As you're just kind of focusing in, you're just honing on the book, you're taking out any other surrounding noises outside. Just because your perception is so high, you're just akin to many of these noises and these sounds, but you're able to tune them out. All right. With that,
the night goes by fairly quickly. You work fairly hard, Aknev, on your shields, and you are able to, with using the rest of the coffin pieces, you're able to make like 2 more sets of shields. One kind of shorter and kind of you can make it round or square if you'd like. The other one is kind of like a longer kind of wall shield almost.
Hell yeah.
And then additionally, with those extra hours, you started on the next coffin and you made 2 additional more of the coffin shields themselves. Or so actually, no, you would have had the back one. So yeah, you used 1 coffin in total, and you would have made 6 shields.
Hell yeah.
Or sorry, 4. Sorry, 4 shields of the night, 2 of the back, 1 big, 1 of the small, and you started on the other coffin. So I was right. Yeah, you started on the other coffin. You made 2 more. So yeah. Sorry, 6. Apologies.
I love helping people.
Yeah, they need to be
Shout out.
finalized with your plant growth, obviously.
Of course.
And you could do that outside when that happens, because otherwise you're casting plant growth inside your house, and suddenly you would be inside of your own botanical garden.
That's kind of nice though.
Everyone, you wake up in the jungle. It's humid as hell in here.
Never mind.
No, kidding. All right. But a long rest occurs. Many of you wake up in the morning just fine.
But
Minus 1 of you.
God, fucking damn it.
Yeah, because I never slept to begin with.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought I died and we were about to play Mafia. It is what it is. Oh, okay.
As you rest in your sleep and in your slumber, your eyes just kind of feel a little heavy. You're just kind of drifting off. You feel a little bit of pain in your shoulder. But you're used to it a bit. You're used to fighting through it as you just kind of wake up slowly at first, but then kind of rapidly as you just kind of hear just a little bit of a high-pitched noise coming from your right side. Your eyes are still heavy. Your eyes are closed. Your back feels a bit off once again. The shoulder wound you feel like you've taken, and the bed that you're in just kind of feels a little soft in nature on the mattress that you're currently sleeping in. But you just hear this kind of like this noise onto your right. What do you do?
Let me check that noise.
All right. Are you opening your eyes to check it, or are you just listening to it, like focusing on it?
Let me listen for a minute and then open my eyes.
This kind of high-pitched droning begins to formulate into a voice, a rather young-sounding individual. An individual that is just repeatedly calling out your name as you feel that shoulder pain is growing because you feel also a hand pushing you, a rather small one. Morrow! Wake up! Morrow!
What?
Do you open your eyes?
I'll open my eyes.
You wake up to a curtain that has been moved, only one side of it, a slightly kind of red-adorned curtain, and a stone kind of set wall, a wall that you familiarized yourself with for a few years. There is your own personalized chest and wardrobe over towards the south end of this room where the door kind of lies, this gray set stone, and also the red curtains themselves mark a small emblem that you have also familiarized yourself with for many of the years as you recognize the crest of the Von Storms. Before you get up and open your eyes as a young boy who now finally stopping on moving over your shoulder with a fairly hearty movement even for that of a 8-year-old. Just goes, Morrow, good, you're up. Orion won't stop crying. It's getting really annoying. Can you please help him? As you recognize Simon Von Storm.
Sorry. Let me just get up. Is Morrow's just gonna get up and like shamble over? In like, wait, do I wait? Do I know I was just in Barovia? Like,
What the hell is Barovia?
okay. Where
Morrow, you're up and Simon is right by your side.
you know what? You're right.
The boy
What am I
you're assigned to take care of.
Yeah, what am I talking about? Okay, all right. I'm just gonna go over. Let me figure out why this kid's crying. Just shake him a bit, see
There's
what's going
so many
on.
Eileens.
I am an enigma.
You are the forest.
As you were getting up and you kind of get on out, you open up your wardrobe immediately. There's robes that you have adorned with the symbol of Ilmater on their sides as you begin kind of wrapping yourself, getting yourself ready. As you start to get out, you begin to hear just the cries of a babe, not far, but still a little bit away. You know that young Orion, after being born very recently, a bit of a crying child who usually cries fairly often throughout the night. Has been a bit of a hard sleeping schedule as he's been trying to adjust. He's still very young though, so it's to be expected of the boy. But uh, as Simon kind of goes over to your door, he's just telling you he's been crying nonstop. It's been like 20 minutes.
All right, yeah, just go eat. I got it. I got it.
We don't have anything to eat yet.
Okay, I'll make something in a minute. I'll
Okay.
take care of it.
Mom left early again, so and well, you know what happened to Orland. You remember a small tale of which the previous chef that was in charge for the kids' meals, was interrupted and surprised in the middle of cooking a very, very hot meal and burned his arms and is currently on leave as you have taken over some of the cooking duties along with some of the other maids.
Alrighty then. Just gonna head over there.
As the crying continues, as you begin heading on out, you quickly go on over to the apologies. You quickly go on over towards the room which you've known and been to many a times for when both, uh, uh, yeah, sorry, many times for when the children, as they were young, you cradled them in this cradle for much long time, and now your third time you are cradling Orion. He's barely even. He's barely. I'm sorry. He's not even 2 years old yet, but about to be. Um, and you go on over. You swallow him immediately. You take a bottle that you have, and you begin just kind of feeding him as you're just resting up, still kind of getting over your grogginess. You kind of give out a bit of a yawn. It takes him a while, even with the bottle, to stop crying before Simon just still kind of cries out, when's the food coming? Like from the distance.
It's coming. Just give me it. Give me a second. All right, just go sit down. Read a book. Swing a stick.
I'll swing the stick. I don't want to read.
No, wait. Read a book.
No. As you just kind of hear that out into the distance. It takes you a minute here, eventually to fully get Orion to stop crying and to feed him in the morning as well, before you're able to put him back into the crib and follow up with Simon's request. Let me just make sure something. Apologies.
Okay, all right. Let me just figure out why this kid's crying to you.
Kid was hungry in the morning here. Also, he was crying because he was awake. It's just one of those things where child still kind of cries. He's getting to the point where now, though, as you kind of finish up, he's at the very least awake, but he's not fully doing too much. You're able to maneuver over a toy above the cradle in the crib, and he begins to kind of pull himself up and over and just starts kind of like playing with it and distracting himself. You know he's going to be good for a couple of minutes, which gives you time to feed the rest of the kids.
Yeah, let me do that. Okay.
With that, as you hold on, I just want to make sure of something. Apologies, because I'm looking for it.
Oh, this is not good.
Okay. As you were able to go into the kitchen, you were able to see kind of one of the maids already at a just kind of meal, but she's currently creating kind of an oat breakfast for Simon. But you know Simon. Simon's always been kind of a hearty boy and loves his meat. So he is not going to be just satisfied with that, which she kind of just gives you that look and just a glance of sorry before asking you to prepare some of the jerky for the day. There's still some kind of in the back, but it hasn't been like fully cooked. It's still kind of in the cool box. Or sorry, not jerky, but meat strips that you can kind
Yeah.
of like make up and set.
All right, put the meat, pull out meat strip, season meat strip, put it on the fire, cook the meat strip.
Easy
Do,
enough
do, do,
as
do,
you go through
do.
this time, as you cook a slight meal for Simon, you are able to uh, uh, feed him and get him ready for the morning, as he obviously still, being a Von Storm, has plenty set up for him and already prepared for him for this day. He is going to be going through much training, both from his own studies and as he has encouraged himself, he wanted to go through more combat training, which you will be a part of later in the day as well.
Okay.
Which you need to prepare for, as you need to get ready for that, even though you are just extremely tired. But as this is going on, you begin to hear the cries again of Orion, who has been left alone a little bit too long, even though he is currently in the crib. And as you once again turn to the maid, she just looks at you. I'm so sorry, but the wet nurse isn't going to be here for a while. Could you just deal with Orion for a bit? I have the kids. As and as this kind of goes on, Simon's still just now kind of eating the oatmeal as you've just now passed over the breakfast of the actual jerky himself. He stops and pushes the oatmeal to the side and immediately goes for the jerky. Are you going to go over to Orion, or do you have any objections, or what's up?
I'm gonna head over.
All right. You go over and you go past the hallway to get over towards Orion, who's only a door down. But as you turn over towards that door, his room's not there. There's just a hallway. But you can hear the crying at the end of the hallway.
Okay, I'm gonna start moving down the hallway sort of quickly.
The
I'm
hallways
more
of
awake now.
the hallway, which you don't even remember being here in the first place, expands out maybe 50 feet or so until you see a turn that you get to and you reach and you turn and the crying gets louder as you reach the end of this hallway, but there's more
What?
hallway now.
What the the hell? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna start running now. What the?
You start running towards the end
Who's
of the
doing this?
hallway. You can see outside of the brush as you look down. You see over the field practice. You see currently Simon is out there already, as he's currently kind of just swinging a sword at a dummy and just kind of a wooden sword as he's just kind of practicing aiming his swings. As you keep running down, you hear the crying. You keep running. You pass another corner again. Once again, a long hallway. You start running and sprinting down that. You look out again. You could see the courtyard still, even though you just turned away from the courtyard. Simon's down there still swinging, but now he's actually got a weapon, and he's older. He looks like a teenager now as he's just swinging this out. But you still hear the crying as it's getting louder and piercing as you keep running out and forward. You turn again, once again, to another corner. There's no possible way for this to still be happening, which as you hear the birds chirping outside, as you hear the fields, you hear more of commotion. You now see a crowd surrounding a boy. It's Simon again, but Simon is now in his early 20s. He's now swinging out and lashing. He's fighting against an actual opponent, a knight, one that you don't even recognize. You don't even. Who are these people? Why? You've never met. You've never. As the crying just continues out, as your head begins pounding, you just focus through. You run until eventually.
Morrow's like heavy breathing, like is going like.
until you finally see a set of 2 doors at the end of a hallway. Do you rush towards it?
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go door. Okay, eeny, meeny, miny. Go into the left.
No, it's just a double door. It's at the
Okay,
end of the hallway. Do you
going
run
through
towards
both
it?
then. Yes.
As you run through, you pass by the courtyard again. Everyone is staring at you. Every soul is looking directly up at the window as you run by. No one is doing anything else but focusing their attention directly towards you as the baby cry gets louder and louder in your head, making it even hard to think. Simon stands in the middle of them, a grown man, bearded, full head of hair, staring out in your direction, directly towards you. What are you doing? Sorry. wrong one.
Is the crying still going on?
The crying is still going on as you just hear baby Orion, maybe? As you reach these double doors, as you see it up ahead, you can tell that it's definitely coming from there. But everyone's just watching you. They're not reacting to anything else. They're just focusing on you. The sky this day is no longer sunny. It's dark. It's cloudy. There's just this aura. You feel as if though they're watching you, not to study you, not for anything, but judging you for being here. They resent your presence. Why are you here? The crying gets louder. What are you doing?
What are you? I'm going to the crying. Stop looking at me. Hop on your business.
They stare with unforgiving eyes.
What is going to be done? Business.
You shouldn't have come back. They say in unison.
This is my home. My home. I did nothing wrong.
A single voice. Then why'd you leave me? You would recognize Simon's voice anywhere, even though you're not looking at them.
It's not my fault. I'm not the one to blame. They made me leave.
Crying gets louder.
It's out of my way. I'm heading over to the crying.
As you go now, the double doors are right in front of you. You hear the crying behind them.
I'm just bursting down the door.
You burst down the door as you see once again another hallway, but one now made of wood, no longer the stone. And at the middle of it, you see a very panicked woman as she just kind of looks at you immediately, as you just kind of look at her. And why does she seem familiar? Your head immediately starts spiking in pain as the crying grows louder for just a moment before you blink your eyes once again. Mara? What are you doing here? As you look once again, the wooden structure around you begins to fill with paintings and kids around at some of the staircases as you realize you just bursted through the 2 front doors of Lydia's home. The maid stares outwards towards you.
My apologies. I was just,
Give me a heart attack. What was that?
Sorry. It's... had something I wanted to, I just needed to speak with Victor, that's all. I'm sorry. I'll be on my way. Sorry to disturb you.
Knock next time.
Apologies. Apologies. I'm gonna put down like 50 electrum pieces. My apologies. And then I'm just gonna look over to the maid. My apologies.
She's just kind of like that. Some of the kids are kind of like laughing a little bit. Some of them are just a little like, what just happened? Like they just don't know really fully how to react. They just think maybe it might have been a prank or something.
Yeah.
Before-
Alright, let me subtract 50. I'm heading upstairs. I gotta go talk to Victor.
All right, fair enough. You go upstairs and kind of just go through everything. I will say, at this point in time, yeah, Lydia is just kind of getting up. Is just like Morrow as you just kind of enter in through the door. Well, what? Hello? It's my room. What are you doing? Hello,
Oh.
dear.
Sorry. I need to talk to Victor.
Okay, just knock on the
Sorry.
door next time. Are you in such a rush? Is there something going on?
Oh, it's just some last minute planning. That's all. We just want to get it done. Cause
I wish you would tell me about this. All right, you know where. Just open the latch.
All right. I'm just gonna open the latch. Get up there. Close it.
Yeah. At this point in time, Lydia was just kind of like fixing up her hair a little bit as she was just kind of getting ready for the day and just kind of like putting it together as you just saw kind of all of her hair down before you kind of get back up. Never get used to everyone scaring me like that. As you just kind of hear that as she's just breathing out before she kind of finalizes for a day, you go up the latch and you are now kind of alone in your basement. You're just kind of breathing and you feel like yourself sweating. As at this point in time, you realize you haven't even armored up. You just kind of went out for the day. As you just kind of look down, you're just wearing your clothes.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just gonna stand at Victor's door for like a good 10-15 minutes. Just gonna pull out a piece of paper. And I'm just gonna write a note. All it's going to say is, as I slip it under the door, this is Morrow. If anybody asks, we talked about last minute planning.
All right. Do you wait at the basement to give it some time before returning back to your own home?
Give it about 5 more minutes. Then I'm slowly gonna climb down.
All right.
Walk my way out. Get into my home. Put on my armor. And then I'm gonna go to the church. And pray. A good 2 minutes. No, 5. Asking God, why did you do this to me? And then I'm gonna get to training.
This is the first time Mara has prayed. This is the first time Mara has prayed like in session. Holy shit.
What god are you praying to?
I don't. Morrow doesn't have a god, so he's praying to whoever listens.
Okay.
Strahd's like, oh, hi.
Every god's pantheon just looking at each other like, did you do that?
All right.
No.
Did I get a long rest?
You did get a long rest, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely got a long rest.
Holy shit, that was crazy work.
Boris, amazing RP.
Yeah, that was really good.
Like, I did nothing. I'm like, bro. It's not my fault. Jesus Christ. Your ass is going to Silent Hill. That's you.
I felt like Judge Frollo for a second, man. Like, God damn.
Bro, I have a question with him. Oh, lady, you missed a lot. You had the first Souls episode tomorrow, and boy, howdy, was that crazy. For the people who didn't lose, can we get like a Souls episode like after like the campaign's over? Like,
you want to know what?
I want to know. I want to
to.
know. I'm not losing my soul, but like I kind of want to know. That was crazy.
I mean, there's one way to know. Anyways.
Not losing.
Don't do it. 0 out of 10. Don't recommend
That's
it.
a terrible idea. For a mini episode, not happening.
What are you talking about? Thorn was just training soldiers. He was having a great time when it happened.
I wasn't.
Wake up. Wake up. Like,
Time.
All right.
holy, that
Oh,
was
I got bro so messed up he's singing show tunes. All right. With that, as you do that for the day, are any of you guys doing anything for the day? The only thing that you guys kind of notice as things are going on, after kind of Morrow had gotten up and got himself dressed, he just quickly like kind of went out for a second.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's just about it. He didn't go out in armor, but it's just probably a small chore run or something, as he does come back a bit later,
Yeah.
putting on his armor and such. But yeah, are any of you guys doing anything?
We got training to do, right? Or no?
I was told to train the special forces. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna go do
Yeah.
that.
The climbing unit.
You know what? Could we have like the two groups like kind of nearby each other, so that I can like keep an eye on both? Like, is
His
there enough
group-
room for it?
His group is taking on the main town square because he has a far larger group than yours. Your group, yeah, your group itself is only, like I said, a little under 30 people.
And wasn't mine
They-
like 200 or something?
You were around 200, yeah.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? From
Yeah, you didn't
5 to
ask.
200.
You,
I
it's-
see
it's
this
because
group
it's-
and Eileen twitches her eye.
you could
That's a
bring
lot.
your gang into it, but you guys needed the space because you were the rangers and the archers in this regard here, and you were training and teaching them to like kind of climb and kind of set up, which they were kind of mostly doing without you, as they were like, I don't know this.
No, you know
but-
what? I'm gonna bring my group. I'm gonna bring my fucking group. This is how we're gonna do it. I will explain when we get there. Okay?
Yeah, y'all have quantity, we have quality.
I guess Thorn will show up to his original group, originally expecting to be like, okay, somebody else is gonna train y'all today, and then just see them walking up and be like, never mind.
Double up.
No, they're
right.
training. Everyone's fucking training in this fucking court. I swear to God, I know how we're gonna do it. But fuck, I'll get there when I get there.
One person
Love
raised their
what you
hand.
did.
Are we gonna climb the roofs and take pot shots at the crowd?
Yes.
No.
On it. He starts-
David,
Not
waiting for this
armed with
shit.
arrows, armed with something softer. And you're gonna learn how to block them.
I know that's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
The guy that initially said it, oh, and then he kind of takes his quiver and kind of puts it down to the side that had real arrows.
Yeah.
Those are the
I'm
murk
gonna
people.
As you just kind of like look a little bit in disbelief, you look through and you kind of just currently look. You paid quick attention and you notice kind of the swirl in the eyes for a moment. You go, oh, okay. He took that very literally.
Oh, this boy.
Yeah.
Question.
I feel
Not
bad
with
that
real
Eileen took it
arrows.
literally.
We're gonna shoot
Like-
say, yeah,
like-
fuck you, Frank. Not with real arrows.
It's your
Like,
game.
Aw.
never questioning how many people Thorn was training. Feel bad.
Mr.
It's-
DM.
Literally, it's like I see the number of people in the group. It's like you introduce me, I look at everybody, she walks away. And then, like minutes later, she comes back with like her fucking arrowmen. You know? We're practicing today. They're practicing their aim. They're practicing how to block with incoming
Yeah.
like arrows, pretend arrows.
Go ahead, Octave.
I'm just
Did you
gonna
say?
like I'm walking to my group, but like I kind of seeing this like hearing this having like a very terrible idea. Just gonna walk up to like one of the arrowmen somewhere and just like, oh hey, oh use this, you know, pretend like it's tar. As I'm just gonna give him like a bucket of like oil.
Oh.
We ain't gonna be bringing tar.
No, I'm saying, but imagine, what happens when like Strahd's like drop the tar on them. They gotta be ready.
Give me-
That's not a real thing.
Give me
no,
just a
okay.
quick intelligence check.
This
Yeah.
tar not they don't,
Yeah,
we
no.
don't drop tar. We don't drop
No,
tar.
no, that's a fake
It's-
thing
it's-
from
it's-
history.
It is a fake thing from history. It is
It's a
from
fake
history.
thing.
It is
Yeah,
a fake
that
thing from
didn't-
history.
Damn!
I mean, but it is cool. It's cool. We might have it. Who knows? But
Yeah.
I'm just saying though. Just roll me an intelligence check real quick.
It's kind of weird. It's a little bit of a freaky.
15. I'm going.
You think water might be better because you know some people are training with torches.
Mm.
Yeah.
But like, you need
No.
to learn.
No.
Right?
No.
I'll sneak in. I'll sneak in buckets of dirty water,
Okay, fair enough.
and
Whoa,
then I'll walk off.
dirty. Where are you getting dirty water from?
I
You
guess
adding
some
mud to
dirt.
it? You adding mud
Yeah,
to
just
it?
some dirt. Just got some, like, just like little stuff. Yeah.
Like, it's okay, guys. I got some bath water just in case. No worries.
I got this from.
I soaked it in myself.
Takes his feet out. Yeah, it's soaked.
This is why we hate you, Frank. All right.
Then I'm like,
okay.
have fun, and I go back to my group.
Okay, fair enough. And Maro, even with your disturbance, you are still training your group in continuing the reflect, the
Interception.
Interception. Thank you. Okay, easy enough. Amaris, are you just continuing on your reading adventure for the day?
Yeah.
Let me think. You had 27 hours. You started it then. You would have woken up at 8 o'clock to continue your reading because you could have continued off from your rest. And then I'll say 12 hours. You got 4 more hours till you're done. You got 4 more hours till you're done as this morning kind of begins.
I'll say.
And,
Yeah.
Nice. And can I go grab not Mikael, that's Michael's name. Milivaj.
Milivoj, yes, you can grab
Milivoj.
Milivoj from St. Angel's Church before arriving towards your group. Easy enough. Although I will say, it's like, what do you need me for?
I need you to make sure you know how to use that sword.
Question.
What?
Is it you and me, or is it like you, me, and a bunch of other people?
There's a few others, not a lot. We'll be meeting the death march.
The Death March?
Yeah.
That name's kind of sick.
I know. I came up with it. Now come on.
Okay, if I've gotta train with others, can I at least do it like off on the side a little?
Sure. I don't know why you're being so nervous. You're going with the army anyway soon. Not gonna be fine by yourself.
Because people don't like to see a gravedigger.
Well, you're gonna love death march then. Come on, you'll see.
Okay. Alright. Alright. Go on. As he just kind of like waves a hand out forward, just not loving this idea, but just, sure, whatever.
Alright, lead him.
Alright, as you lead him towards your death march, you will be training with Milivoj and the death march in this regard here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright. With this then, I now have the 3 groups for the day. Do we want to change the order a bit for who's starting first? Or do we want to continue on with what we did before?
I want to see Eileen and Thorns. I want to see this happen.
All right. So, is the point of today the attempt?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
So, 2 things. Technically 3. For the archers, they're practicing their aim and a little bit of their balance as they're on these rooftops, right? So, I don't want to give them arrows. We could give them, like, I don't know, pebbles. I don't know. What can you shoot out of an arrow that's, or out of a bow?
Not a lot.
Fucking
Nothing.
Unless you like get the arrow and like wrap it around like cloth and other soft stuff, so it just like kind of hits them.
It changes
No.
it changes the trajectory a bit. It's a little bit less effective for training, but you can do that. There are actually faux arrows. You don't really have a lot of access to those, or at least not in plentiful amounts.
No.
You could give some people some fake arrows, kind of tipped to be what are they called? They're tipped not to be piercing. They're tipped to be blunt. The point isn't to pierce. The point is to just impact. It's front heavy, but it's possible.
Right. Which also still would not be a good idea to
No,
hit
it's not.
people
It's
with.
not a good idea.
They'll be okay. They got
But you
shields.
could-
No, they won't.
I mean, you could grab bags of stones and just toss them. That, if you would like, that would at least help them
Stoning people.
balance, and I'd say that would help balance and fire. But it's up to you.
Yeah, we'll stick with pebbles. They're gonna be on the rooftops learning their aim, you know,
Mhm.
precising just their aiming skills, whether it's with
Mhm.
a bow or without. Fuck it. And as for the soldiers, while they are blocking, did you ever teach them formations?
Yep, that was the first thing I taught him.
Perfect. Then they're gonna practice their formations. And then as long
Alright.
as you give Eileen the names, she'll call out what blocking formations that they have to practice with.
All right. And DM, do you want me to tell you what Thorn's teaching everybody to at the
Yes,
same time?
please. Yeah, you are 2 teachers as this is going on. Go ahead.
Yeah. So essentially, it's going to be if she's teaching that to one group and that to another group, then Thorn will also split his thing to each group. And his main thing is going to be for the larger group. It's going to be evasion. So if there's archers on the roofs, he's gonna give like the typical talk of archers need range unless they're specially trained. The ones that you're gonna come up against, a good chance they're not. You want to get close. The closer you are, the less effective they are. You can overwhelm them. Archer's main folly is something getting hit in the face. And as for the archery team and the climbers, well, he's gonna teach them how to get stronger and how to climb better.
You know what? Eileen will get on the rooftops too, and she'll call out formations as if she's like aim, fire, and then in the meantime, she'll say the positions too for the formations.
All right. With that, then I will ask both of you. This will be a cooperative effort from the both of you in this regard.
God, this is awesome.
Many of your people will be throwing stones, ironically, but some of them actually are trained in slings and will be using slings instead to just kind of
Perfect.
fire off the pebbles. They'll not use an actual pellet, but it will hurt. It just won't, hurt enough to like kill.
We'll have bruises.
Hey, Frank! Huh? Pebble to temple. Kills him.
Goliath? All right. Then I will ask you two. Thorn, as you are attempting to strength train at the very least the climbers, and with your attempt to try to at least this rush tactic to stop the archers, I'm assuming you're having them try to also climb and just get to the archers at the very least. Kind of
Essentially,
a kind of a hold versus kind of a hold position versus a take position, kind of battle between you two.
Essentially, yeah. Essentially,
Then-
like taking the formations that Eileen is calling out and having them use those to get closer to the buildings, essentially for a game of the type of capture the flag that you would play in school, where you would have like the belt around you and
Yeah.
somebody had to like tear off the flag. Essentially, something like that of like get up close, like use your formations, use everything you've learned, get up close to stop the archers, get up top. If you touch them, the archers quote unquote dead.
Yeah. If you touch him, the archer's dead. If you get hit by a pebble, you're out.
Dead. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. This is slowly turning into one of those simulators where it's like 5 toads versus Koopa Troopas or something like that, but the toads has SMGs.
Yeah,
And I'm loving
this is the
I'm loving
typical like army
Okay.
war games thing of
Athletic-
like you guys are insurgents, you guys are this.
this. Yes. Athletics +2 for you. Eileen, as you're teaching them kind of balance and continuing on to this, I will say this is an extension of your dexterity training, but this in particular is trying to keep them at bay on the roofs, and trying to manage that. I will say this is, since this is going to be a continuation of your dex, this is going to be acrobatics check for you.
Okay.
That's
Got
good.
it.
Yeah. 23?
25 for me because that wasn't with the +2.
25, correct.
29.
29. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Even
Yeah,
though
we're
the
good leaders.
Even though the army is of over 200 people in this section in particular, and the archers themselves are a grouping of 30, at least with the hits, although not all the hits are kill shots, they are at least hits, and the rules are you got to get out of here. Many of the archers, especially on the early parts, make waves and strides towards the initial people that are trying to actually fulfill their duty and try to climb up and get there. Even with some of them going through, Thorn, you are taking some of the actual people that are going to climb and not actually be part of the arching hit squad, and just focusing them on strength training and kind of teaching them off into the side here. But the archers that are kind of remaining still on the roof are holding their own. And honestly, by the end of it, Eileen, you're fairly proud that there is a mass group on your end of your archers managing to take out nearly 100 or so people before they're overwhelmed and got, which is actually kind of a feat. Not to discount Thorn's army. It's just the fact that like you with 30
They're at a
people, you
disadvantage.
managed to, yeah, they're at a disadvantage. Like, but even with that, you still managed to hold the ground on that without 5 of your archers, like some of the more skilled ones too. You did a fairly fantastic job in that regard there. But as the assessment kind of goes on, the army does eventually like learn how to kind of confront. But the archers start actually maneuvering and moving, however, on the roof more comfortably. 2 people do fall off the roof from the archer crew as things do go on. But in all honesty, as things are going on, you're noticing that everyone here is kind of livening up. Like this is some type of a fun game. Like certain people are getting hurt, but people are kind of laughing it off and kind of going through. It's not going to be this kind and this happy and this funny on the actual battlefield, but for right now, there's a really fun sense of camaraderie going on from the teachings of this. And Thorn, with your teaching your group and teaching them how to go through and how to now avoid the archers as you see the tactics and are kind of maneuvering, and through the strength training of the units for the climbing units, you guys amass a fairly decent amount of energy out of these people and turn it into concentrated skill. Eileen, your people do get a dex bonus.
Let's go.
Thorn,
Mhm.
since this was kind of going on, your people have a little bit of practice as they're kind of going through this. This is their first day still of kind of this charge, and their charge and take out of the walls was not their immediate goal. This was a kind of push through and march out, but this is a good like exercise. I would say this is definitely marks for the group, but it is not towards anything just yet. I'll just make it easier for the next thing that you're attempting to train them on. As for with a 25 for the group for their strength training at the very least, I will say with a 25, the group is about almost done. They're not fully done yet, but they just need a bit more workout time, and they can definitely get themselves a little bit more pumped and prepared. But they're not going to want to do this as the days go on, so that they can rest up their arms and legs to eventually make that climb. But you're definitely bulking them up a bit.
Good.
So you got some
Good.
progress on both ends. Yeah. All right.
Good
And that'll
shit,
bring you guys
dude.
to lunch.
Hell
Good
yeah.
job. Good job, you guys. Fun game.
We love game.
Oknev, we'll go to you. What are you doing for the day?
Cool. So I think I've got them on the fear thing for now. I'm going to tell them about the cart idea. Tell them that we're gonna be pushing the cart forward. We're gonna need some people, ready. As I'm gonna hand out more of his shields, I'm gonna plant growth right in front of them so they can see their shields becoming magical a little bit. A little bit more inspiration.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
And as we're walking, I'm gonna pull in Mulivosh. So you may know my friend here as Mulivosh. What?
Hey. He's just kind of, you just as you just kind of pulled him over to the side, he just kind of immediately just kind of you just
isn't working.
Your mic isn't working? What do you mean?
It wasn't working for a second. Continue. All done. Okay, it's working now.
Your OBS, yeah.
Yeah, you fixed my OBS. Yeah, I can. Okay, my mic's working now.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, as you kind of just pull him off to the side, he immediately was just like, "You didn't say nothing about." He like gives you that look of like you didn't say anything about this. As he just kind of,
No.
hey.
No. My friend Milivosh here is grave tender, grave tender. Yeah.
I
He'll be
did
working-
graves.
He did grave. He'll be working with us today. Is that cool with you, Death March?
Yeah, there is that still like yes out there, but there's also the confusion of like what's happening, like kind of going through. But you definitely still have that like unquestioning yes from a fair amount of them already that you kind of gained through this unison.
Does Milivosh notice the coffins?
As he kind of looks over, it's not his focus right now. I'd say right now his eyes are just kind of darting from all the people.
He's got a pretty good arm. Doesn't know how to use a sword yet, but give him some time. He'll be quite the helpful hand in the coming days.
Just as they just kind of all kind of look out, their focus is still drawn to Millivoj, who just kind of looks like the 5th grader in the play that didn't want to be in the play, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's just kind of the vibe and the look on him as the people just kind of look through, and some people go like, some people just kind of go like, "Is he okay?"
Oh, he's fine. Just a little nervous.
Yeah. Sorry. Nervous. I'm gonna go over there for just a quick minute. Could you come with me for a second?
Oh, sure. All right,
All
we'll
right.
begin training in a second, everybody.
As you walk, he kind of puts his arm around your shoulder, and you feel the tightest grip onto your arm. A grip actually rivaling that of Thorn's as he just kind of squeezes real hard. What the fuck was that?
The smile kind of fades for a second before he just looks at them. You're going to be going to war that you're going to fight with each other. They need to know you. Simple as that.
Just need to kill the whatever the
No,
fuck is in
no.
front of me. I don't need to.
This is different. Trust me, as someone who's reckless, this is different. You, if you didn't know this, are quite strong. And you're going to be a big help. But if you're just running out there wildly, you're just going to die out there and do nothing. I'm not saying you have to go out there and become buddies with them, but you need to know how to work around people. That's it. And first step in that is just seeing people and being okay with them. Look, as he kind of points out to them, they're using coffins as shields. They don't really care. They're charging forward. So don't think like, oh, because you're a dig grave, people are gonna give you shit for it. I need you.
That's literally all people have been doing for so long to me, dude. I know that they're gonna do that. So do they have a fucking coffin?
This is a point of change. In moments like this, where people like you, as he points at his chest, make such a difference that people can't ignore you or give you side glances anymore. I'm not saying go out there, go for glory, but I'm saying you have an important role to play. Not just for you, but for everyone else. So I'm not going to say go become buddies with them. But give them a chance. You might be surprised. Things change during war. Alright?
Make a persuasion check.
I'm gonna ancient knowledge this because I need him to know he's okay. Like, come on, Browski. 37.
Damn.
Ancient, no.
I love this race. I get to abuse ancient knowledge all the time. It's so great.
All right.
I'm
As you just kind of give this speech to him, you can see it just through the mouth, just kind of the gritted teeth. I'll talk to them, and if I don't like it, I'm gonna go back to the church and do what I was doing. Deal?
Fair.
Okay.
Hey, you can't grab for a second. You need to go now. You don't need to force yourself now. Just stand here for a little bit.
No, because if I don't do it now, I'm not gonna do it later. As he gets up, kind of just stretches his back out for a second.
Hey,
What?
you're gonna like your kid. I already do. As I'm going to give him inspiration to help with his social skills.
What the fuck was... Did you do something to me?
No.
Okay. Probably just whatever you said. I just feel weird. Yeah, okay. I'll give it a shot. as he goes on out, what you had said and what you had said for the cart, and for its need and the idea for it, you kind of already pushed out of the idea that some people are going to need to push it, and those are going to need to be a fairly decent chunk of strong people. And as you kind of had turned around and already did this, many of them have like sat down at the bench nearby, and they're holding like arm wrestling competitions to like see like who could like kind of step up to the plate before Milivoj just goes passing by and just like, hey kid, yeah, what? I mean, you said you had something for us, that you were strong, you're gonna help us out, you're gonna help us push the cart. If you need me to push the cart, I can push the cart. What are you talking about? He's just a kid. He's not strong enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm not strong enough, am I? Okay, hold on. No, you arm wrestling? As he just kind of weasels his way into there, as he just kind of takes a sit down. It's like, all right, who's next? As he just kind of goes through, and this fairly like big guy kind of begins to sit down as they are both getting ready for the arm wrestle. This guy has mutton chops to the side. He's actually a rather stout guy, but he is still kind of wider than Milivoj is actually. As they go, they both kind of lock on, and you see him immediately grit his teeth. And I will quickly roll. Milivoj is the other guys, and we will use that inspiration.
Shit, I kind of want him to lose.
Wow.
Why do you want him to lose, man?
I don't want him pushing the cart where it blows up. Are you kidding me?
27 for Milivoj.
Shit.
Oh, bro, that watch on what
No,
the guy rolling.
he needs to lose.
He takes his hand and slams it through the table, legitimately. So part of the table breaks off onto the other side. Oh, fuck!
Told you my boy was strong.
Who said I wasn't? Who said I wasn't? As he just kind of looks over to the sides, like, like many of them just kind of get up and just point over at one. And one of the dudes like, no, it was a joke. It was a joke.
Milivoj. Humble in that.
Sorry, I got a temper issue. I'm sorry about that. As you just kind of now acclimate, he is
trauma dumping.
Thinking of his father. Who's not strong now?
As many of them now, at the very least, kind of seeing, like when you said he could help and him proving it right then and there, many of the group begins to, at the very least, kind of take steps towards him. Some of them actually are kind of like laughing and kind of enjoying the fact that this kid just took out one of the dudes here, as that guy is just, as the strong guy's just still like, Niv.
I'm gonna give him a healing word.
Is it okay if I, thank you. As he just cracks it, you see his arm was dislocated.
Damn! Like, you gotta work through the pain.
Dude got an 18 versus Milivoj's 27.
I shouldn't have given that D10. He should have done. As I'm going to. All right. Today we're going to work on more formation and try to get you guys some skill. And then make sure you have a strong enough to actually fight when you're pushing forward. All right. How many shields do people have now?
With this, you would have been able to give people a total of 8 shields.
Perfect. Okay. As I'm gonna. This one isn't about fear. This one's about pushing back. And you guys are allowed to stab as hard as you want. She put shield up, in just one of the little corners are. You stab through, just like a simple like shield and stab real quick.
There's some murmurs as you just kind of like now kind of lining them up for some of the shields, some of them having actual now spears and kind of set up. Milivoj doesn't, but at this point he just kind of takes his shovel out because it's a little bit longer range.
That's right. This is gonna hurt me a lot. As Mammoth.
All right, fair enough. Then the first things they just kind of there's a kind of a step back, but then as they've been trained before, they get in position. As you've now just kind of transformed yourself into this mammoth, as they just kind of go and begin to get ready. Okay, It's another one of his illusions. Go! As they all just start rushing and running over towards you.
I run towards them.
As you hear that, as you start rushing and running through, Spears pointed out, are you going to charge and try to trample, or what are you trying to do?
Trample's a strong word. No, non-lethal.
Non-lethal charges, got it.
Non-lethal. I like tilt my head to the side, so the horns kind of rub the ground, and then pull that shit up, like send them into the air.
Athletics check.
I don't know the mammoth. Let me look up mammoth again.
I believe it's a 20 for strength, if not 22.
Okay, I'm just gonna believe you.
I'm getting the stats. It's all good.
Shit.
It's a 24, so plus 7 on that one.
Shit.
All right.
So at 24.
24.
Oh, no.
Much of the first group of people kind of get grabbed up into the air, even kind of with the shields, and like you launch about like 10 people just like doing this, but immediately your ankles start getting stabbed at by multiple people as they start going through. But as some of them fly up into the air, you definitely see some of them in the back like, oh my god, it's not an illusion, it's not an illusion, as they just continue stabbing out at you. And now this massive mammoth creature, the Death March is just focusing in. just roll me like a bunch of d20s, just 10 d20s real quick.
Okay, let me here's 5. Oh!
All crits.
Got it.
Here's
Keep
another
going.
5.
And a
Oh,
That
the
one-
opposite side of the scale.
All right.
Even that.
All right.
Perfectly balanced,
it does not.
should-
What's your Constitution saving throw?
As a mammoth? Oh, let me look it up. Bro.
Oh yeah, it says a mammoth. Never mind. You're fine. All right, got it. All right. So it takes you. It doesn't take too long. As you just kind of get stabbed out, your health doesn't actually go down all the way to 0. Instead, you get kind of stabbed about 15 seconds in by everyone before your health, while it's getting low, you just lose concentration from all the little pricks, death by 1,000 cuts style. This, ow, 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 as you just get back to your body, and one of the spears just kind of goes and lunges over towards you and misses. But you dodge in time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We won! As they just kind of raise up as the man.
I'm gonna be a dickhead.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to like he swings out. I'm gonna grab it as it hits me.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to.
Just gonna fall over. And
We killed Ognev! Oh no! Oh god! As you just hear, it's like, you killed Ognev, not this! What happened to the mammoth?
I'm gonna stand up.
I don't
And
think.
stand.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. Fucker. As you hear Millipotion off to the side. As you hear Millipotion off to the side. All right.
What
Go
we
ahead.
learn there?
Mammoths leave if you stab them a lot. Oh wait, actually, sorry. No, not mammoths. So apologies. Big tusk bear leave when you stab it a lot.
Yesn't. But what do you want to do with a big creature like that?
Charge?
No, actually. As I'm going to go back up the hill, and if I'm running at you, full speed, yeah. What's the best thing to do when someone's running at you? It's not charge.
You see a bunch of people's hands go down as soon as you say that.
Here, I'll show you. Someone run towards me. The big man, the one that got his arm fucked up.
Me?
Yeah, just run towards me.
Okay. As he just kind of takes a second, looks back. He's actually one of the people with the shield before he just kind of lines up forward and then
And Mr.
he just
DM,
starts running over at you as fast as he can. Go ahead.
I have my shield out, right?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you get close to me, I'm going to just back leg strong. No. It goes back leg strong.
Mhm.
Put down my shoulder where my shield is. Use his kind of momentum. His upper body momentum. Get under and just kind of use his weight to flip him over my shoulder.
Okay. Fair enough. I will say that is athletics versus his.
Okay.
Good luck.
Okay. Yeah, he's strong. Yeah, don't worry. Ancient knowledge this one.
Yeah, you better. you asked the biggest guy to do this to you.
20, 30,
Oh.
30. Once again.
30. Holy. All right, yeah, that beats his 13 that I rolled really bad on. You easily just pick this guy up and flip as he's just kind of in the air. As he's kind of in the air, you just see him like upside down as you were literally flipping him with that momentum. His eyes are wide, and he's just looking out at the other people as you can definitely see with your passive insight on his face. How did I get here? Before he hits the ground.
No. Feather fall. I don't want to break his other arm.
Yeah. How is he's just now laying on the ground before a lot of other people like, whoa, did you see that?
I can't pull him up. He's a lot stronger than me.
Sure?
However, and bigger than me.
Yes, I think. Yeah.
However, if all of you were to do that, get under the bigger opponent, use the momentum, you can flip them upside onto their back. And guess what? A big tusked bear is it's easier to stab if they're on their back. We're gonna practice flipping.
We're going to flip the tusk bear?
Flipping creatures in general.
Okay.
But that requires all of you to be in union when flipping. Like a whole flip unit.
Death flip! As you hear just one person say in the middle of the crowd.
Death flip. Death flip!
All right. You're going to be trying to be teaching them to maneuver in this. I will say one thing.
Yeah.
The shielders can't fully do this, at least with doing their job. But you can kind of create another group of people just to basically flip the shit out of people. I will allow this.
Yeah,
if you want to if like there's a target coming or if there's a priority target, these people will try to just flip. At least give a moment. It won't take out, but it will like suppress. All right. Give me athletics training on this one. So this would be athletics roll for the first half here.
Can I use the one I just rolled? No.
You gave them a near perfect example of it. I will lower the DC.
Okay, cool. I use Ancient Knowledge again, just in case. I'm gonna use Lucky, just in case, because I want to get a little higher.
Okay, let's see.
So still the +5. I'm gonna.
Yes. You can't change that with the Lucky.
If you get another natural 20.
Imagine.
No. He won't do that.
Check my shit.
Okay. 1 better. 21. 21 in total. You are training these people now to just kind of use the technique at least to flip people over and try to suppress and stop the targets. It's a lot harder for these people because many of these people are just like kind of strength like carry, not strength maneuver flip. But there are some people that are showing some promise, but not enough just yet in this time as the time runs out for the first half here. But you are making some progress here with a small section of the death march being the death flip. But that is going to be it for your lunchtime. Go ahead.
And basically at the end, it's gonna, be like, who's gonna push them carts when they gotta go up the bridge? It's gonna give them that last like route every night. Hit them with that little speech. Get them like to remember, like, yeah.
March!
Exactly. Do I roll something for that, or like I'm not chilling?
For right now, you're chilling. I respect it, but for right now, well, If you don't get it by tonight, I'll allow a D4 with that. Because you said like you end the night with that. I'll allow it like that. All right.
Wait a minute.
Like a D4 to roll onto the list.
Okay.
Yeah. With that, you do that. We'll get to your lunch in a bit here. And we'll get to everybody's lunch. But first, 2 people left. Amaris.
Yeah.
It does not take long before you finish the next 4 hours to complete a full 16 hours of reading at this point in time. And you know that lunch is coming, but it hasn't arrived yet. You still have more time to read if you wish, or you could go out and do something, or whatever you wish.
Damn, it's too early to sleep.
Technically, you could start sleeping. if you wished, but it is at time for you right now. It's 12 p.m. Like just starting to be 12 p.m. Like mid afternoon.
Hmm.
You can either keep reading. You do have a group of people that they suggested you go over to, or you could just continue to read through the night because you now have 16 hours plus your 27 hours. So you have 43 hours into the book. You need 5 left.
Yeah. Oh, I'll go
Do you-
visit the people I need to visit.
Fair enough. Before the lunchtime, as you're going through, you meet with some of the people. This is some of the people that are going to be charging in through the ladders. They're going to be assembling ladders at the forefront and are going to be climbing them to get to the walls and not to use the bridge. So these are people that are going to at least be distractions, if not very capable and helpful. But they are going to be the people that are going to need to fearlessly climb through a hundreds of feet drop.
Okay. I'm gonna look at him, and I'm gonna look at him just like, well, I never really know how to start these things, so I'm just gonna get to it. You all are going to be climbing ladders. You all will be doing probably the roughest part of the job. You'll be climbing ladders, being a distraction, taking the walls themselves, and you're not exactly gonna have the safety of the bridge to fall back on. Tell me, how many of you are experienced in terms of, at the very least, climbing a ladder?
Immediately, one woman raises her hand, and you recognize that she was the woman that attempted the swanton bomb through your chimney, and and also smacked Thorn with a ladder back in the day during Morrow and Thorn's match.
Alright. It's one. Is there anyone else?
Well, we've all been training a bit. As one man just kind of raises his hand. I am.
Alright. There's something that I'm going to go over, as I'm not as military minded as Thorn, or all of that. Most of my specialties are mostly in magic, but it might be beneficial here. Climbing those walls isn't going to be simple. It isn't going to be easy. You're going to be dealing with a lot of different things that you're not going to be seeing consistently. Of course, there are going to be vampires, of course, but there might be other things such as undead. And you're all going to need to be prepared for that.
What is the undead? One of the women just kind of raises her hand up and just kind of like looks over at you like curiously.
Imagine someone who recently died and has been brought back through magic. Not exactly having a care in terms of making sure all of the organs and such work, but instead just brought them back and don't do anything else with them aside from mindlessly following orders or instinct.
As one person just like how my Nana Minadora was sleeping, but we thought she was dead, and when we were going to bury her, she got back up and smacked us on the head.
No.
Oh.
Let me paint a better picture.
Okay. Yeah, many of these
Oh.
people, as you're realizing this, a lot of the people that are going to be attempting this, it's real rough, and you know that a lot of these people, as you're just kind of looking through and you're kind of amassing many of them, not many of them have a whole lot of training in the first place. And when it even comes to the undead, many of them have training with wolves. They have strange things that occur, but undead in particular either hasn't been established to them or they haven't necessarily directly dealt with it. So you can try to teach them in that manner. You can kind of try to train them amongst what the undead is and maybe how to deal with it.
That's
That is-
essentially what I'm gonna try to get at. I'm
All right.
gonna try to do my best to try to explain it to him. Just like, you ever dealt with an any of you ever dealt with an injury that has put you out of commission for quite some time, maybe a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks?
There's a general like, yeah, no, yeah, well, of course.
Now imagine a person or several people who, despite said injuries, they continue to move as of normal, or they almost ignore the injury. Imagine that someone may be missing a chunk of their bodies, maybe parts of their torso, parts of their leg, and yet they're still walking around just like you and I. As if nothing ever happened to them. Imagine if their jaws have been dislocated, portions of them missing, rotting away, as if they're
One guy
in-
throws up in the back.
just kind of continues past it. Just like they're
Sorry.
just like their corpses that have just gone back up and started moving like the rest of us. That is a general description of an undead, and that is what's going to be on those walls as you guys will be climbing up the ladder.
That's fucked up.
I know. That's why I said that you all will be having probably the worst of it. I'm here to tell you the reality of that situation, and I'm also here to train you against that. Fortunately for all of you, the worst thing that you probably have to worry about is some shit that's going to be thrown at you as you're climbing up. So that's what we're going to be practicing today.
Can we do that after break? As one just kind of raises his hand, as this like there's 30 minutes until the lunchtime, but this is the preliminary time to at least like give them the demonstration before they actually like do it.
Yeah, I just sort of look at it as like, we got 30 minutes.
Yeah, and I think Alec over there needs to refill. I'm fine.
Alec, you sit this one out.
Okay. As you as you kind of set up your troops, now realizing that you haven't done anything with them yet, and now giving them the graveness of their task, you are kind of gonna need a little bit of work, but you still do have 2.5 days left to teach them.
Yep.
And
And also I'm gonna tell them, like, as we're sitting in the letters, go be hitting lunch a little later, just about an hour later. I want to make sure that this is clear for all of you as to what we're going to be going through. You might hate me for it, and that's fine. Use that hatred to climb up these, to get through these drills, and when it comes time, climb up those walls.
I don't hate you anymore, though.
We got 2 days. That'll change pretty soon.
Oh, as you
Fuck yes,
as you-
Boot
as
Camp
you-
of Mars.
as your orders have been given, and as you have started reassessing yourself into some of the the Pride Hands training methods, you are getting ready to absolutely work these guys into shape. That'll happen there, but this is going to be your lunch at the start of it. I would say you can eat, by the way, your lunch, or you could put in some more work on the book. If you want to eat and put in work, it'd be about 30 minutes in total you can have on the book if you want to like sneak in 30 minutes of the 5 hours
Well,
left.
to be fair, as soon as we get like at least some
Mhm.
drilling done, I probably would eat and then probably just help them out a little bit longer,
Okay.
just for a
Yeah,
bit.
they have a setup. They have so what they're working on. They have 2 at the moment, but they're also some people are building up more. It's just not this group. What they have is they have a special kind of latching kind of set. It's not a full on ladder itself, but it's kind of a stepping way. It's going to be on these movable kind of trolley systems. And the point is, the trolleys themselves have like spikes set onto the side of them. They're going to be needed to implement into the ground quickly, and the ladder is going to latch out and fall. It's going to be standing still and held until it is pushed and falls. The moment it comes into contact, the end of it drapes over and has kind of heavy weights at the top to hold the front. That's kind of the point of it. It's
Okay.
it's kind of a quick latch ladder. If you're wondering where the weights are at the start of this, the weights are actually over at the bottom, and they are going to be shot forward, up cylindrical force style, and launch the ladder forward.
All right.
You do look at that and you're like, what? For a second there? Because this is actually kind of advanced as you're just kind of looking at it.
Yeah. In that case, before we go to lunch, that will be what we'll practice. That will be what they'll practice, as they'll essentially practice deploying that shit instantly to the point in which they don't have it's
Got it.
muscle memory for them.
Got it. So you can then train them on that. This is preliminary. We're not gonna do a roll for this because you came in with 1 hour remaining. You're not gonna get something for this, but it will help you in your next roll. Right?
Yeah.
So remember that. But fair enough. Then with that, that's ready for your lunch. Morrow, you're the last one left, buddy. You had your dream. You had your prayer. You had your moment of why. Why even me? Why all of this? Why any of this? Before going back to your duty, are you just trying to push it back? Are you sucking it up? What are you doing for it? Out of
I have
curiosity?
to suck it up. I have to endure. So I have to make sure. Tomorrow's just gonna be a little bit extra hard during
Roll,
these tradings, just a bit.
roll
And he
me,
is trying to get them to get interception down quickly.
roll me a wisdom saving throw.
You're good at these. You're good at these.
Oh, don't say that.
You're bad at these. You're bad at these.
Oof.
30.
Like you have done before, you bury it deep inside. You feel that kind of boiling point, kind of amassing, but you just kind of take your breath in. You just kind of take long strides and breaths as you walk over towards your camp before you realize, at the very least, whether you need to deal with this or not, you have a task ahead of you and you are not going to fail it. So you grit your teeth and continue onward.
All right.
Okay. With that, you're going to continue your training that you began last night for interception.
Yes.
Once again, roll me your strength plus proficiency plus a 2. So you're 10 in total. for
Oh,
this.
wait.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, no, I have been doing it right. Okay, yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
23.
23 total. Nice. Sorry, just let me look over what I had here too. Okay. Got it. As they're going through and as they're beginning to still kind of keep each other at bay with these blows and with these many hits, you are able to continue on your teachings of these parrying tactics, of these maneuverings. But still, what had happened to you, just as you have kind of forced a quicker pace at this, as you forced kind of a heavier like regimen, some of them are responding to it, some of them not as much, and you don't hit the full on progress before Franz just kind of goes up to you and you don't flinch, but you just kind of like have a moment as he grabs onto your shoulder. Maybe it's time for a break. Maybe an early lunch. They've been working hard.
You see, Marl is just going to sort of look out, and he's just gonna go, Yeah. Come together.
Many of the people now just kind of get off the ground, kind of. Some people like move their shoulders a little bit. Some people like kind of stretch their back out, and then they all coalesce over towards you.
Okay. Progress is a little slow, but you guys are moving rather quickly. Quick raise of hands here. How many people, how many of you have, I assume you all have, families and whatnot. How many of you have young children?
About a little over half of them raise their hand.
When you guys are training, learning this technique, you guys are doing this not only to protect yourself and free yourself, but to protect your families, your loved ones. So when you stick out your weapon to protect your fellow man or fellow person, don't imagine them as another warrior. Think of them as maybe a member of your family, your spouse, maybe your elder, maybe the youngest ones of your family, and understand that this can be the difference between life and death.
There's kind of a quiet understanding from many of the group members here as they just kind of listen to you as this goes on.
I first used this technique protecting a young charge of mine. Had I not done so, well, you can get the feeling. So just keep that in mind when you're learning. But other than that, please go enjoy lunch. Probably at the end of today, I will have your guys' meal prepped and ready. Any questions?
No, sir.
Great. Get out of here.
Yes, sir. As many of them just kind of leave you a bit to your devices, but Franz just kind of lingers there for a moment. You all right, friend?
I am fine, Franz. I am
Alright.
all right.
All right. I won't ask you again, but if you are not, you can always come to me. All right?
All right.
You saved me before tomorrow. At least owe you my ear. Okay?
Morrow just nods.
All right. He just kind of pats you on the back. See you in a bit.
Mm.
He just kind of leaves you to your devices.
And just Morrow's just gonna like sit in the grass and bro stare out and try not to fucking wig out, man.
As you sit in the grass and contemplate and just look out kind of into the distance for a bit, thinking about the events that not only unfolded this morning, but just think about the complications now of, well, your own situation.
You are accompanied by a soft drizzle of rain as you look on up. Whether it calms you or at this point nerves you, you don't know. That's up for you to decide ultimately. But at the very least, it makes you feel less alone. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Damn.
All right.
He
Everybody
had to
break
say
it for
rain.
lunch.
He had to say rain. Had to say rain.
It's
What's
the
wrong with
turn
rain?
day for rain.
always
Oh
rains.
no!
It always rains.
I said drizzle. I
I
said drizzle. I
don't
didn't say
care.
rain.
It's gonna something's gonna happen next session. I can feel it in my bones.
3 more days before I have to go into the TV, guys. Just
Tell me
You're
for
not-
tell me
You're not me. No, that was Thorn. That was Thorn a couple of days ago when he was staring at that gem.
That was me. That's been me like 6 times now.
Now you have a buddy who knows your pain.
I don't know that.
You're not me. And like that, that's a trigger words.
Why'd you have to say it like that, man? Why could you just say like I don't act like that or something, man? Come on.
It's always those 3 damned words.
You're not me.
Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for coming on now to our Curse of Strahd session. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Bye.
Come
Oh,
back
well,
next time when we
that's
come
it?
back
Okay.
from lunch.
Okay, bye.
Alright,
Okay.
we'll be back for lunchtime.
Yeah.